gotten really good at my transitions, y'all. It just took me literally almost 2 years. Took me 2 years. Hi everybody. Whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening, whether you're lurking because I'm a lurker-friendly streamer, even though all my commands are still off, so I'm sorry for those who've been waiting on me to get that together because I will eventually. Or whether you're watching the VOD over on YouTube, because I don't assume everybody's here because you might have other stuff going on in life. I hope you're having a great one. Especially because for those of you who observe, happy Juneteenth. Those of you who don't know, Juneteenth is a celebration specifically for black folks in the West on Turtle Island, you know, being freed from enslavement, which is always super important. So if you don't know the history of Juneteenth, I highly encourage you to check out some books and readings on it. I did post some books on social media, which did make somebody mad because, you know, racism is always sexy on Juneteenth. But anyway, all that to say, for those of you who observe the holiday, I hope you've been able to rest. I hope you've been able to learn some things. If you don't, I highly encourage you to look up into it. It's really important for communities that we belong to, communities we don't belong to be aware of what's going on in the world in terms of observation and just understanding why people do what they do in terms of things. But yeah, I hope folks are doing well. Before I kind of go into my spiel, before we go into co-working, because I'm running late, so for those of you who've been waiting on me since 9 o'clock, you know my drill where if I don't change the time, I'm going to be there, I promise. I'll make it. Let me post my thing before I get fought. My thing now, y'all, is that I will get better about posting when I'm streaming, as folks have told me, ma'am, how am I supposed to know if you're streaming if you don't share it? I'm like, it's not that I'm like hiding it, just, you know, have trigger hand and stuff sometimes and I be tripping. But let me just share that we're live. I'm currently in the process of kind of get going into things too for the day, jokes aside. I'm updating the Discord so that whenever I go live or when I'm posting on the internet, it'll automatically post for me since I'm not the quickest and you can automate things because, you know, technology is so sexy. So I'm working on that both in the Discord and just in general so folks can come say hi to me without, you know, being too all over the place in terms of my own shenanigans. And for today's plan, we are going to do some co-working for a couple of hours. I don't plan to stream longer than about like midnight-ish, since I moved this stream originally from the original day it was in terms of shenanigans. I wasn't feeling too thorough this weekend. I needed a rest, and now I'm feeling 100% better, which is super great. But I do want to remind folks that I will be, according to my schedule, which I am looking at again, because I am clumsy and I post my schedule. I will be streaming today and tomorrow, both doing some co-working and then actually doing some gaming. So today it's going to be the Crescent County demo. Tomorrow it's going to be Wonderstop. I might change it to Final Fantasy 14. I'm not 100% sure, but I do always want to have a game afterward in terms of, you know, co-working. And then on Sunday we are doing Toku Tabletop, so I will be over on Toku Tabletop, the channel itself, to be able to, you know, play some games, have some fun, do some things with people for Valor Rangers. So that is linked in my Twitch page. I don't think I linked it on my YouTube yet, so apologies for forgetting it every time. I need to write myself a note, which I will write myself a note to fix it for sure within the next week. But if you want to watch me on another channel, of course, in regards to playing tabletop games, I highly encourage you to go check out Toku Tabletop, which is listed in my Twitch page, so that you can go to the channel. Also, please support the other streamers and other players on that channel. That would include Genki and Zeno, who both mods for me, as well as Akane and Paz, who are playing with me, as well as other folks playing in the Common Ryan D&D campaign that takes place on Saturday mornings for those of you in the East Coast. Another announcement as well is I will also be a part of a Mario Kart tournament. So for those of you who may or may not remember, I decided to join in. Shout out to Skip. Skip decided to, with a bunch of other streamers and mutuals, to start a Mario Kart racing game, which is based racing, like turning / Formula 1 of a tournament. The next campaign / set of races is going to be Sunday at 2 o'clock. So I'll be a part of those shenanigans if you'd like to come watch. As always, with any collab or any event, as y'all saw, which shout out to those of you who came by when I was streaming yesterday with Star Dragon Nova and out to Star Dragon, which I can't give a shout out because my commands are messed up, but please go follow Star Dragon Nova. I will actually drop Star Nova's like name in the chat actually, so folks can go follow. Like I said, I'm working on fixing Mix It Up. But I was over on Star Dragon Nova's channel over in their community playing Immortals 33. I'm still going to play Sea of Stars with Sweets and Nova. We're just going to reschedule that. But as always, whenever I stream, specifically with friends or mutuals, I'm usually never going to stream my perspective. I will never say never, of course, because I will sometimes want to maybe in the future, so I'm going to allow myself that option. But typically for me, if I am with another friend or mutual on their page or their channel, I'm typically just going to go over there and encourage you to go follow them in terms of, you know, supporting them, especially if they're a full-time streamer or somebody in the community who's just building their platform. Not to say I don't appreciate y'all in terms of wanting to be here and supporting me, of course, too. I just feel like it's, you know, makes things easier if I'm just over at the person's channel without, you know, talking to multiple audiences and stuff like that, too. And I would rather drive y'all to get to know some of the folks I, you know and hang out with in the streamer community in terms of things. So there's that. But all to say, you're going to see me tomorrow for co-working and playing some more games, either Final Fantasy 14 or Wondershop. And then on Sunday, I will be over in the community hanging out with folks like Skip to do the Formula 1 Mario Kart 8 racing. And then at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be over in Toku Tabletop doing D&D. So plenty of things to do, plenty of ways to come find me somewhere on the internet. And yeah, it's all goody in the hoodie. Otherwise, I will be dropping a save the date soon. Maybe not this month, but next month for August, because my anniversary is coming up of 2 years. I have some things cooking for my anniversary stream. I don't know what I'm going to do fully yet, but I have an idea of what I would like to do. And I do want to note here, too, that while I will not be participating in VTuber Summer Slam, and it starts next week, we will be doing more of those type of events later on this year. I just have some deadlines and things I got to get to by next week, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes, so I didn't want to overcommit myself and like be caught up in my own shenanigans. But I will be making sure to share information for VTuber Summer Slam so folks can reach out to support Gamers Outreach. So shout out to folks involved in terms of that, as well as Gamers Outreach for doing the work to get gaming into hospitals for kids, as I love to participate in all their events, whether it's VTuber Summer Slam or the events for Halloween or the events for Christmas. So I think other than that, and welcome in. It's nice to meet you, Vegeta Con Adventures. I like your name. I also like your profile. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. I'm just doing some announcements before we get started into some co-working today. But I hope you're having a nice one. Huh? Wait, hold on. My OBS. I'm not hearing your voice. Either that or the music is overpowering. Really? How about now? How about now? Thanks for letting me know, Jinx. I'm still fiddling with my like settings and stuff too, but I think I had adjusted my mic a little bit for some of the games I've played before. So let me know if you can hear me a lot better now, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, so far so good. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yes, my apologies for the sound being a little not great in terms of hearing me talk. I can hear you better now. Cool. So then I'll just do a quick recap, just as a reminder. I will be streaming tomorrow, co-working, at either Final Fantasy 14 or Wonderstop. Sunday is going to be a Formula 1 Mario Kart 8 tournament. I'm currently in last place, but you never know. I can come back. It's fine. And then we're going to do Toku Tabletop. There's another session for Valor Rangers. If you want to hear me do some tabletop shenanigans, you'll come by and say hi, as well as support the channel and all the other amazing streamers. I will not be participating in VTuber Summer Slam this year, but I'm hoping to participate in other Gamers Outreach events. But I will be doing a save the date soon for my anniversary stream on in later August. So look out for that in terms of what I plan to do to celebrate 2 years of doing this whole thing I got going on. I'm backing for Game Expo thing this weekend. Nice! That's super cool. I hope you have a lot of fun. I know there's Off-Kai collab. No, it's not called Off-Kai collab. Off-Kai Expo, I think it's called, is this weekend. It's the summer where like cons and stuff start happening, so I'm really excited. That sounds super cool, especially hanging out with friends and visiting people safely in terms of things too. So I'm happy to hear in terms of shenanigans. It'll be a great time. I think that's it though. I think that's all the announcements I have for right now. Oh no, I lied. I will be playing Phoenix Wright in July. So, as one of my things for Gamers Outreach, um, oh, okay, sorry, I just got a message about something. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I heard the wonderful chime message. I'm going to Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I'm doing a game table and doing a panel. Nice! Congratulations too for first, getting doing a panel and doing a game table. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I've heard really cool things about Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I've never been, but I hope to go in the future. And sorry, I just got a message from someone that was oh my goodness, kind of terrifying. Being respectful of their privacy though, in terms of not saying on stream what it is, but I'll respond to them after I'm done or during the co-working. So, but no, that's awesome. Congratulations again. And like I said, Southern Fried Gaming Expo, and I think it was Anime Expo or some of the cons I do want to check out when I start going to the conventions again. But that sounds like a lot of fun. And I know folks will stay safe and stay well in terms of all the things, but kudos to you in terms of that, especially because panels at cons are a lot of fun, as well as tabling, and like I was able to help, for example, like people in the past in terms of their tables, for example, and everything else. But just the whole con experience is a lot of fun when you go with friends and you're doing stuff and being really passionate about it. So, like I said, congratulations and kudos to you in terms of that, and thank you again for the follows in terms of shenanigans. So I hope you enjoy your stay in terms of my wildness. Well, okay, that's it. My bad. I had tech snafu, so I just wanted to make sure y'all heard what I said. So for those of you who've been here the entire time, if you're watching the VOD, I apologize in advance for my lack of sound. But anyway, tonight's plan is to do some co-working again. I'm thinking about an hour or two because I have some things I need to get done because I've got some deadlines at the end of the month for myself as this year is rocking on. So it's going to be chat and chill kind of vibe in terms of things, along with Magic Studies, which again is a co-working tool that I'm going to use for streams because I love fantasy music, and it kind of is putting me in a space along with making my like Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. Shout out to Dai because I'm in my headspace in terms of being creative, but also just in a very writing, very thoughtful type of space where I'm able to plan and just do little things every day. So it's been good to listen to fantasy music as well as just find really dope house and electronica music to play. So we'll do that for about an hour or two, and then we're going to spend probably 30 to 40 minutes doing Crescent County, which I'll talk about a little bit once I get the game going first. So let me get that up, turn the music off, and then switch us over to the gaming screen. I won't have my hand cam today, y'all, but I'll have it next time. I don't have it set up because I'm like against the rearranging stuff on my desk. Just give me 1 second to make sure we're all good to go. You should already hear the music though, which let me pause it real quick. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just gotta make one more adjustment. But yeah, you should hear like chirping noises and stuff in the game now. Also, Vegeta, please tell me if you don't mind sharing. You don't have to, what your panel will be about. That sounds super cool. I think panels are fun. Oh, nope, I don't want to do that. I love how realistic the chirping noises sound, though. Sound like. Even though, again, I'm not outside, but it's just cool. Sorry, I'm trying to find my thing real quick. What did I do with my screen? Okay. I was like, where did it go? Okay. Switching over to the screen as always. Okay. Folks should see the game itself, and you should see the caption at the bottom of the screen. Let me know if that's not the case. And again, I did adjust my mic a little bit since folks couldn't hear me earlier, so just let me know in comparison to the game and the chirping if you can hear it. And then I'm going to play some music to see if we get it going. I usually keep the volume a little bit lower because of shenanigans. Okay. And then timer. All right. We're gonna do is probably gonna do like 30-second sprints with 5-minute breaks in between for 2 sessions, and then we'll do this about twice. So I think that'll get us to the full 2 hours, and then I think we'll have enough time to do Crescent County after that. So that'll work. I'm doing an upcoming indie RPG panel. A few projects I follow on various social medias. Most of them I tried the demo out for and was pretty impressed one way or another. Nice! That's super cool! Congratulations! I love indie like games and stuff too, especially if it's by diverse teams and stuff and people. So that's really awesome in terms of doing a panel about like panels, like in terms of RPGs and things coming out too. So, because I'm thinking of, for example, all the summer showcases that we just had recently with like Women Like Games Wholesome Direct, all the other things like that too. So it's super cool in terms of like, you know, talking about those things and having a panel dedicated to indie games. But I'm a big like indie person, as you can probably tell from me playing Crescent County in about an hour or two in terms of demos, because Crescent County, by the way, y'all, is one of the games that was showcased. Women-led games, also Wholesome Direct, I do believe, and it is a game where you are a witch who travels around delivering packages and enjoying romance and, you know, life in itself. So it is an indie game. It got fully kickstarted, so shout out to everybody who kickstarted it. I did too as well. But, you know, for this conversation, I do love indie games. I think they're really awesome. And, oh, we got a raid! Hello! Hi, raiders! Is that Aspen? Welcome in! Welcome, welcome. I don't have my shout-outs, but hi there. Welcome in, everybody. Aspen, I hope you're having a nice one. Please tell me what you did over on stream. But for those of you who are new, my name is C. You can call me C or C7. I'm your friendly neighborhood artsy scientist. That is not a joke. It is actually the fact that I'm a scientist in real life who streams for fun and hobby and plays too many games and is a complete dweeb. But outside of doing co-working like I'm doing tonight, I also talk about books. I also do stationery. I've done lace bombing in the past, which I also want to make more lace, which I'm going to have some lace streams. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience. But I mainly play games like Final Fantasy XIV, Sea of Stars, No Straight Roads, and just games that are character-driven, story-driven, are just a lot of fun. So if you're looking for somebody to have some fun and shenanigans with, you're welcome to hang out and, you know, stick around. We're going to be doing 2 hours of co-working tonight. I'm going to be talking and kind of just planning out some stuff. I don't have my hand cam today because I'm kind of organizing my stuff on my desk. But I usually sometimes have my hand cam where I show off different things. I do my stationery and planning, as well as just show off my nails and everything else and stuff like that too. But if you have to raid and run, I'm completely not upset. So for those of you who came in with Aspen, if you need to run, you need to take care of yourself, you need to decompress, because, you know, streaming takes some time, and sometimes you just want to go do other things and, you know, enjoy your life. Thank you so much for riding in with the raid. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a nice rest of your morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So, yeah. We were doing a co-working stream, so I thought that was be a good continuous. Nice. Well, hey, if y'all want to co-work somewhere, I'm happy to. You're happy to join in, but again, no pressure. If folks need to run away, thank you so much for riding in on the rave. I appreciate you over on Twitch. And hi, Pass. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. And yes, C7 like the plane. Yes, I appreciate that. I love a good pun. But yes, you can call me C or C7. Whatever works. But yes, Pass, I'm doing good. I'm okay. I'm very thoughtful, but I'm very motivated right now. There's a lot going on, even though I do have to respond to some messages and get some things going. But otherwise, I can't complain too much. So, and thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your stay over on Twitch. Books, Whispers, Dragon Crawler, Carl series. Is that a recommendation? Because I'll always take them. So, I'm going to write that down. Thank you. I do play tabletop games, so I appreciate you recommending a book, because you had me a dungeon crawler. But Paz, I'm doing okay. I am, like I said, motivated and just kind of working through some things. I do have some like Python things I need to work on, so I might look at that tonight while we're co-working, but I'm not going to dive into it until tomorrow. Like the assignment that's due next week, not the one I need to like relook at or revisit. So I need to make sure my mom has taken her nighttime meds. Have a great stream. Yeah, Aspen, no worries. Again, thank you so much for you know, coming in and raiding it, and I hope you and your mom have a nice evening, and please take care. Yeah. Yes, it's a recommendation. No, thank you. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate the follow again on both sides of the aisle and such things. And I'm a scientist? Yes, yes, I am. That's not a joke. But in all seriousness, not to be repetitive of the joke itself. Specifically, I am a neuroscience, psych, behavioral science person, specifically. So I'm very nerdy about, like, health, science, and biology and neurotransmitters. So, kind of my area. And I am prepping to go back to school, so, for my last degree. But yes, I am a scientist. It is not a joke. I am not kidding. It's part of my VTuber motif, but I'm so serious that I spend my life researching for fun. And for my job. For jobs I have. So. Now, I'm not like the scientist who thinks they know everything, because I don't. Because that's what my other colleagues and friends who are in different fields are for. But if you ever need somebody to yammer about different things in terms of health and ecosystems and people and how the brain works, I'm your person. I'm your girl. It's great. So you can put myself in nobody else, of course, because, you know, I do what I do. Plus, you can tell by the vibes of me doing a co-working with high fantasy music, I am completely there. My OC is a special ops soldier who protects scientists. Nice! That's cool. Tell me more, if you don't mind sharing. Is that an original character for, like, a book? Is it for a Dungeons & Dragons campaign? Or, like, what you working with right now? Tell me more. I love original characters. I was actually, again, talking about that a little bit. I won't spoil it, because I don't want to, like, you know. I don't want to talk to me in details with, like, Hook. But I'm currently working on a character for another campaign for that I'm a part of soon. So, she's also a scientist. Lore dump. Lore dump. Hi, Kiki. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. Yeah, I mean, for me, in terms of things, I could lore dump more about me IRL, but I also could lore dump, which I'm not going to, about my character in regards to the campaign that's going to happen soon. But I'm going to keep those secrets a little bit to my heart right now. I do love, like, that my brain, after a while, does, like, shut off, where I do have to, at some point, like, when I do my science, my brain shuffles to art, and it's just been really, really cool. Mainly because, like, most people who will tell you who are scientific, they'll tell you that they're really artsy as well. Like my art brain gets, like, flicked on when my science brain is like, no more coding. Let's do, like, imagination and original design and stuff like that. And I love when that happens, because it's really great. So I've been, like, in that flow state a lot lately, because I've been finding really dope music too, which I'm really, really excited for. So, you're still working on them though? That's fair. You do not have to share trade secrets then. If you're cooking, you're cooking. I'm here for cooking. But I was raised by an ice dragon, aka Aspen. Nice! That's really cool. That also makes me think of Love in Deep Space, but only because I've been playing that game a little too much. So, but that's awesome in terms of, like, character development. It makes me think of my other friend and mutual. I hope they're doing well. Sorry, my brain got distracted for a second. But my mutual, who I highly recommend y'all check out when they start streaming again, Kika Kane, who Kika is actually a penguin term VTuber. But I love ice stuff. I think that stuff's really cool. Yeah, usually with my original characters, there's always a piece of me that is included in them. And usually is an exaggerated character quality that I usually am part of, as well as there's usually a mesh of different characters that I personally enjoy in media. which makes it fun for me to be able to like act out that character when it comes to like Dungeons and Dragons, for example, but also to when I'm writing and able to think through like different aspects. I'm able to work out some of the details over time, or just like think in a way with music, if that makes sense, of how to come up with the characters in a D&D campaign, for example. So I just love original characters. I love hearing about them because I think it's great. Also, low-key want to write a children's book, so also, yeah. No! Sorry, stuff is near me. So if you need a research lab to be protected, hit me up. I will remember that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Because, you know, protect scientists. At least the ones who are trying to do good with their science. You know, the other ones who aren't, you know, might want to just look at them and be like, excuse me, what are you doing? Kind of vibes. And all of it is as a joke. So I was thinking like Luthor type of like shenanigans, you know? In like comic books and stuff. For today's co-working, though, in terms of what I'll be up to, even though you can't see me, I'm probably going to just be getting my schedule going for the weekend, because I do need to... I have a lot of writing to do in regards to just, like, assignments, but also just writing in general for some deadlines I need to meet for some things going on behind the scenes, and some planning I got for the summer, so... I'm also going to be planning out some things for you all in terms of those of you who are engaged with me in regards to my streaming shenanigans, so I'm cooking behind the scenes, which is why I will not be saying too much, but just know it's gonna be fun to knock this dog with. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna figure some stuff out. I think one thing for me too is that this year has been very transformative for me. It's been good, but it's also been very like shock-jocked. I was not prepared for what this year was going to bring me, but it's kind of one of those things where sometimes you need something like wild in life to happen to close out a cycle, and that's kind of like how it feels for me. It's like I'm in a headspace, it's different, but it's not bad. It's just a lot of decisions on me to make of where I want to go in transition, which is always scary, but I think I'm just at that point in my life where I'm so used to change that it's not scary. It's more like, how do I want to move now, if that makes sense. But I think that's what they say about your 30s. You really do kind of get to a point where you're very clear, once you clear up the debris of stuff, of what makes sense. In spite and despite the world, because I'm not ignoring what's going on in the world, y'all. I never do, as you know, but I am very motivated because there's some clarity I have now this year that I've needed for a very long time, and I've done some like really good like inner healing on some topics, so it's been really nice in that way. How other OCs, but they're all connected to my main, like a storyline. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that, because to me, I personally like when for me, my characters tend to be exaggerated traits of myself because they're usually extensions of me. It's kind of like my VTuber, but just with more details when it comes to D&D, for example. But I do appreciate like having OCs that are all connected to like a storyline type of thing. Because I think original characters can be a good way for people to, learn about themselves, grow, even like have fun playing something different if they're doing a tabletop campaign. Or just if they just want to write, they just want to think about different people's motivations and how people would function versus what they would maybe do in a situation. I love that type of stuff for storytelling, but also just in general in terms of creativity too. Because that's how games and fiction and books and all types of stuff come to life, and it's super awesome. Because humans are fascinating the way we all think differently. Like, some of us reach the same conclusions about certain topics, but some of us don't, and I think that's really fascinating, and it's really pretty and beautiful about human beings, even though humans can be very the way that we are. Kind of vibes. My main OC, aka the Special Ops Soldier, died in a nuclear facility warhead explosion. Oh, that's not a great way to go out in terms of original character. So, oof, jeez. But I'm here for, again, in terms of sounds like a very traumatic backstory. But again, I am also knee deep in the hole that is Love in Deep Space, and there's a lot of like cyberpunk tech, like fantasy motifs to that, especially as you play the main protagonist. Which, by the way, y'all, I'm in Love in Deep Space, and for context, uh, Love in Deep Space, for those of you who don't know it, is a otome game. It's a 3D otome game that comes out of China. It's specifically one that you play as a main character in a post-futuristic world. I don't know if it's post-apocalyptic. I don't think it is. It's more of like post-future like type vibes. Where your main character is connected to 5 other dudes through multiple past lives and timelines, to where you have 5 suitors that you can be with in terms of dating. And it plays like a visual novel if you combined it with fighting, action RPG elements, and other things in regards to it. So if you're into visual novels or, past lives, reincarnations, and otome games and romance, highly recommend. It's a lot of fun. I personally don't like imprint myself, because I know some people do self-inserts in otome games. I personally don't, but I do appreciate the romance and fun of it in terms of things. And I think it's a really cool game in regards to the motifs. Even though I've been having a ball laughing about it, because some of the dialogue in that game is so funny to me. I love it though. The main protagonist, canonically, I think she's 22, 24. I think most of the boys that you can end up with, it's not, there's no other genders you can date. Either there are otome games that are gender inclusive, where you can date multiple people, or, have, or be a character who is of a different sexuality than just like cis heteronormativity. But, I like Love in Deep Space because on its face, if you look on the internet, people will assume it's one way, but playing the game, I actually do appreciate the story's pretty interesting. There's a lot of sadness, so I'm not going to spoil it, but I appreciate the game in these elements, including like the co-working, like body doubling aspect and a different mechanics in it. And the fighting's actually fun with the cards. But I got turned into a tiny drone. That's my other OC. Oh, even though the OC is a tiny drone, that's cool. I like that. Like, your main OC is an ops soldier, and then the other one is a tiny drone. That's like your other OC. It's I when I think of drones, I think of like Wall-E type characters, which is really cute. I like little tiny robots. Or something like am I thinking of Ghost in the Shell? Yeah, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. I think of the robots that were in that series too, with Captain Katsuragi and everybody in that. So yeah, I think that's awesome. second. Sorry, I'm just like pausing for a second because I'm trying to respond to this message I got earlier, really quick, before I continue on my dialogue. We don't talk about my 3 OCs. Gotcha. No worries, no worries. I got taken by the SDF fleet and turned into a war drone, aka a UAV. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it's given like very much war and sci-fi type of vibes from this story in terms of your characters, which is cool. That's what's up. Yeah, most of my, for example, D&D campaign is between fantasy, and I won't spoil the topic, but I'm trying to think in terms of previous OCs, like stories I've made. I feel like most of my like OCs tend to be like high fantasy type OCs, like original characters in their own world in terms of like magic and stuff too. There's 2 in my mind's eye of a story I've been wanting to think through for a long time, but that one doesn't have sci-fi in it. It's more like magical fantasy. So, but I can respect the sci-fi like cyberpunk genre. I think it's really interesting. You can play around a lot with it. So, okay, where did I put my book though? You know, oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to have to rearrange some stuff for this evening, though. So that was a big kicker with me. Then I'll show off again more pages for my Hobonichi, y'all. To be honest with you, most of my pages are blank, which doesn't upset me. There was just a lot of stuff that happened this year that I think I do need to sit down and like write out exactly what happened. But overall, I think it's really interesting to see where my brain kind of just gave myself like a sabbatical. And what I mean is that a lot of the stuff behind the scenes that hit me, I realized like when my brain needs to do its thing, I just don't. Like, I think I've written some things, some in places, but I need to like actually write so the pages are blank. But I've noticed in the last couple of months that the pages are starting to get more on them, and I'm resetting a little bit, if that makes sense, or at least like evolving. Because that's why I was able to show y'all the pages the other day that were really, really cool. So I'm really excited for July into December to see what happens in regards to just finding a balance between everything that's happened and the direction I want to go in terms of my plans this year. SEF stands for Settlement Defense Front. And it's from a Call of Duty game. Oh, cool. Okay, I can respect that. So it sounds like your character is inspired from like those types of settings. Like, cause when I think of Call of Duty, I think of techware, cyberpunk, and almost like military type vibes. Which is nothing wrong with that type of setting too. That's, you know, in terms of an interest in regards to things. So yeah. Yeah, I was already doing anything anyway. In terms of my books. We're gonna actually move this to tomorrow. It's gonna be stressy, but you know, I really do need to move it to tomorrow. I can do this tonight. Okay. Yeah, I gotta run some errands tomorrow. I have things written in here though? No, I do not. Okay. I need my second book. Yeah, I need my second book because it's the last week of June next week. And hold on, I'm gonna change the playlist a little bit. Actually, I think I played that the last time. We're doing Endless Wanderings. But then I'm becoming an experiment now. I have 7 black tentacles stuck in the facility with guards and scientists. Oh, that's my 4th OC. Okay. It's giving Dr. Octavius from Spider-Man. I'm not mad about it. It sounds gnarly, but, you know, sometimes it be like that in terms of, like, high-tech fantasy sci-fi vibes. Yeah. Okay. Sound like you're cooking. I'm not mad. Actually, that should be... Yeah, actually, let's keep that. I don't really want to start on that tomorrow. Also, I'm never going to stream Love in Deep Space or Withering Waves. I posted this the other night, but like I say, as a streamer, I will. There are games I do want to stream and share. There are also games that I play that I'm happy to just talk about, and just Withering Waves and Love in Deep Space are one of those games where it's like I don't necessarily want to stream them, but I do enjoy them, and I do enjoy being in the fandom for it. And they're very interesting. Withering Waves, I'm not too far in, to be honest. I'm still in the very beginnings of the game, but Love in Deep Space, I'm in the trenches with that game. But y'all, I like visual novels in manga and manhwa, so I feel like it's just hitting at that itch of me writing a lot, and I like that genre of shenanigans. So, so you need to rearrange something tomorrow. Oh. Wow. Destroyed 4 cities and 7 military bases? Eesh. Sounds like your character is not on the good side. It's given chaotic evil for sure. Yikes. But you know, I'm always here for people writing fiction in a way that, you know, people being villains that need to be taken out type of vibes. So... Okay, that's the 5-minute break chimer, which is actually perfect timing since I needed to send some other messages I got going on. Listen, I fell in love with a void in the facility I'm in the containment in. Oh, got you. So it's a love story and mutations and experimentation. Again, the sci-fi vibes are off the chain. I'm not mad. Just making an observation. She loves Bones and don't know why. I'm crying. It's giving a little Wednesday Addams, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, I love a goth vibe, so you know, it's fine. It's not my thing. I'm not into bones and gore and stuff, but I can respect what people can respect, so. Other book, but I don't even know where the devil I put that thing. I'll show you on my next co-working stream, but yeah, I think I did get some new stickers, so I do need to show you all those, but yeah, I gotta start decorating for the rest of the year. Just trying to figure out where the devil I put my book. I put the Joker somewhere. It's probably gonna be in a weird place, but it's fine. SCP. Tell me more. I don't know what SCP stands for. And that was the chime for the 5-minute break. So if anyone's co-working with me, we're gonna go into the next 30-minute sprint, and then we'll take another break before we go into the next one. Like I said, my goal is to do about hour, 2 hours of co-working, and then we'll do Crescent County Secure Containment Protect. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, let me just write this out for the weekend. It's probably gonna help me out the most. Yeah, I have to map out my weekend because I forgot about Sunday. Yep. Cool. That's why I'm off. Okay. tell me something about the human brain. What do you want to know specifically? Do you want to know something about the adult human brain or the child human brain? Or both? Yeah, my Sunday is shot. What am I trying to do on Sunday? Um, Let me think. What is a neuroscience fact that I can share? Well, one thing I often talk about on streams in terms of neuroscience is that you, over time, like it's easier for you to learn languages when you're younger because what happens is that your brain, when you're like growing as a person, um, has a crap ton of neurons. And I'm saying this in a very like whittled down version. So anybody who studies neuroscience or has a PhD in it, you can go into the nitty-gritty details. It's a lot. It's really fascinating and cool as crap. But for the sake of me not going into like a 5-hour lecture about like neurons and brains. So when you're younger, as you age, and when you're young, your brain has a whole ton of neurons. And what's happening when you're young is that your brain is trying to develop like these in really strong informational networks, which I think of the brain as your neurons are cells that are creating like little, they're creating paths to each other. And again, I can get to the nitty gritty of that, but I'm not going to because it's a lot. It's cool, but it's a lot. But essentially, neurons are the cells in your brain that are creating these information highways that create you, whether it's how you speak, how you talk, how you see things, how you process information, even your decision making. And there's different parts of your brain that are developing, which is why people often say that thing where your prefrontal cortex, which is the front part of your head, which is your forehead area, doesn't finish developing until you're about, people say arguably 25, but it could be any age, honestly. And so the reason why when you, for example, are learning languages it's good to learn languages when you're young. It's because your brain is exploding in terms of information. So your neurons are developing, your brain's maturing, it's getting all the types of information and things it needs to grow and become your adult version of you. But if you learn something younger, like your body gets used to it. And I think if I remember from my classes in terms of language processing, it's really helpful to learn like a language when you're younger, because as you're older, it's just harder to do it because your brain is not as, I think it's neuroplasticity, which is the idea of your brain isn't fully developing because it is forming the way it is. Like that neuroplasticity is helping you create these specific like information networks in your head to be able to learn that language, be able to speak it, or to do this and that at a younger age. And then if you really keep practicing on something, like those neurons have formed such a strong connection that by the time you're like 20, 30, 40 years old, you're doing that thing if you've been doing it for like a decade in such a way that you're almost a master of it. Which is why a lot of people will say, their parents or people will try to get their kids into things so they'll become like a famous ballet person or a computer science person, whatever. Because my mom did it because she got me into like all this science stuff, and boom, she made 3 science kids. So it kind of worked out in that arbitrary sense. Not arbitrary sense, but in that sense. But the thing about your brain in terms of neuroplasticity is it's really cool when you get into the nitty gritty of it about how different parts of your brain works. And the reason why I say like the 25 rule doesn't necessarily stick is because it's the same thing about being neurotypical. And anybody who studied neuroscience will say this, but I don't really like the word neurotypical anyway, because neurotypicality is basically the idea that there's a typical way the brain is based on like its different parts and aspects and formations, when really that's just a way of saying that we took a bunch of brain scans and this is what the brain we think works based on thousands of brain scans we've done. So we've gotten a bell curve average of what the brain's supposed to do. But most neuroscience people will tell you that we don't know what half the brain still does. We don't know why certain things happen. We don't even know why things do what they do. And it depends on your school of thought in neuroscience. So for me, for example, I am more of a cognitive person, which basically means some people think there's been different schools of neuroscience. Folks who think like the brain's a black box, we don't really know anything about it. There's people who think that the brain is a you know, think of cognitive neuroscience, where they're talking through like computational neuroscience of how do you translate a like how do you translate someone's cognition, who they are, their consciousness, into like computers, or do animals have consciousness? So I think, if I remember correctly, cognitive neuroscience is kind of those folks who are trying to figure out how do we get a soul, how do we come to be who we are through a neuroscience lens. Again, if I'm wrong on some of these details, because again, I graduated a long time ago, but the basis of my teaching is neuroscience. And I usually get really like nerdy about like neurotransmitters like estrogen, testosterone, and stuff like that, because hormones and neurons and the way the body moves is how people become who they are, which they impact their environment and the environment impacts them, like that nature nurture argument. So that was a lot in terms of tell me something, but that's a lot in the sense of neurons that fire together, wire together, and create who you are. Just like humans that work together, grow together, and learn together and mirror each other. Because there's things called mirror neurons where if you're around somebody long enough, you start mirroring their behavior in terms of social patterns. And that's actually a neuroscience thing. You have mirror neurons that help you do that. Which is why they say when, you see couples who are in love with each other, they start mirroring each other. Probably mirror neurons. Brains have a crap ton of neurons when you're young, and then as you age, your brain starts pruning them, because your body's like, hey, they like doing that thing, but they're not doing this thing, so I don't need these neural pathways to do that. Which is why, if you have some kids, you want to teach them how to do something, teach them when they're young. It'll be a little bit easier because your brain's a little bit more plastic in terms of molding. And your brain has multiple areas that work. So that left brain, right brain thing isn't real. You use all of your brain. I will say Marvel, though, is a lot better with its science fiction neuroscience theories than some movies, though. Because the idea that you only use like a small percentage of your brain is not true. And there is no left brain, right brain. So what's the other scientist friends? Are you asking in terms of my other friends in different fields? I have other like mutuals and colleagues in different sectors of science and health. I'm just specifically in the behavioral science of understanding the theories of social behavior and behaviors on different people. I have friends who are doctors. I have friends who are nurses, classmates. Well, I should say classmates. So I went to school with a lot of people who are like in tech. Some people who are neurosurgeons now. Some folks who are primary care physicians, I do believe. And being in like health, specifically speaking for myself and nobody else, public health, you meet people who are like epidemiologists. You meet people who are epi communicators, things like that. Aspen is a doctor. Oh, you mean in terms of like the lore? I know like Aspen in terms of what she does, which is really cool in terms of books and everything. But yeah, there's lots of people who've got degrees in different things and are doing amazing stuff. Where did my captions go? Sorry, I just noticed it immediately. I was like, excuse me? It's because I was ranting about neuroscience? Rude. No, it's fair. Sorry about that, y'all. I know my captions sometimes go out. There we go. They're back. I was like, a lot. I'm a lot more connected to my classmates who did neuroscience. Some of them went on to become physicians and like PhDs and doctors. Some of my classmates are like professors now. Shoot. Some of them are like actual doctors, like taking care of patients. Some of them are doing all types of stuff. Even some people are running they have their own consulting business. Some of my classmates, some of them are policy people. Just depends on the avenue and lane. But science is a big field, so yeah. But I'm here for fellow doctors and fellow like scientists and stuff too. But that's some neuroscience for you in terms of things. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So just like humans move together and grow together, if you wire your brain and learn different things, it connects different parts of your head. And kids have a lot of neurons when they're young, but as you get older, your neurons prune themselves, which is why usually when people get to a certain age, they start making different decisions because their prefrontal cortex is fully developed, which is the main part of your brain that is responsible for your inhibition and, cognition, which is why you drink or use substances, typically your brain chemistry changes, which is why some people get more unhinged, we'll say it, when they're drinking alcohol or doing other substances that impact their nervous system. Plus the fact that like I was told in my neuroscience classes that technically getting blackout drunk is a mini coma where your brain actually, as a safety mechanism, will shut itself down and will not process memories. So it's the equivalent of going into a coma. That's why I don't drink because I don't want to, but it's partly why I don't drink. So I'm like, that sounds terrifying in theory, and I don't really want that kind of smoke for my head. You love Jello? I'm here for Jello. I haven't had Jello in a minute though, but I do love like Jello, like substances like ice cream and stuff. Well, actually, ice cream's not a good comparison with Jello. I love like gummy substances. Let me put it that way, like gummy bears and stuff. That makes sense. And y'all, I also haven't forgotten this. I posted this a long time ago on Twitter, but I do actually still want to do a neuroscience stream. I just need to figure out what I actually want to do. I know I said it a year ago that I would do more science streams. I do want to. I just don't know. I don't have like in my mind's eye the concept yet of how I'm going to do it in a way that I want to do it. So the way it jiggles, I'm crying. That reminds me of my sibling who gets, they laugh every time because there's this like TikTok video of someone putting their hand on a bunch of like toy geese that make noise when you press it, and she laughs every single time someone presses a bunch of geese, and it makes this like loud choir of like geese yelling with that squeaky noise. And I don't know why. When you said the way it jiggles, it reminded me of that. I don't know why. But I'm here for shenanigans. Yeah, I think the only thing I'm gonna probably do, since this, what I mean by day is shot, it's like when I have a lot of stuff planned on one day, I typically don't try to do too much because I can wear myself out. So just one day coming up there, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing anything that day. Don't even ask me. Besides, like, the stuff I plan to do, but I gotta take it easy and not do like 50 million things, if that makes sense. I need to look at my calendar. It's just so satisfying though. I mean, that's valid. Like I said, I think that there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not judging at all. Because I haven't had, like I said, Jello in a minute, but I do think Jello is, like, it's very nice. Like, I haven't had, like, Jello in a hot minute, but making, like, homemade Jello or, like, a jelly, like, stuff. Because I'm thinking of, like, the jelly in the bottom of, like, boba tea, for example. So, I can respect it. Shaking it does a jiggle, yeah. Trying to see what other things I got going on next week because I don't have anything in my calendar. I have it on my wall though, on my wall calendar, but that's not helpful right now. Okay, I need to have that down because that's why I'm like thrown off. Like, what is my schedule? Okay, it already, that's not what I'm thinking though. Okay. Oh, I have a webinar. That's what that was. Yes, okay. I was like, excuse me? Okay, and that's 24th. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff next week. It's helping me get my ish together, but I still have a lot of stuff I gotta figure out next week. That's why next week I don't know if I'll be streaming as much, to be honest. I might cut it down a little bit because I do need to get some stuff done, but we'll see. If anything, I'll let y'all know probably by Sunday. But yeah, I might cut down a stream or two next week because I have some stuff I need to finish, like I've been saying. And I'm looking at my calendar like, I feel it. Yep. Did I double book myself? Ay, Dios mío, I did. I don't like when I do that. What is this? Oh, they're just at the same time. Can I send you a funny YouTube short? You can drop in the chat. I still am not good about switching screens, but I'm happy to watch it. You know, I always like when people send me funny videos. And then apologies for not doing my usual check-ins, y'all. This is what I mean where I get in the zone and I'm talking and then I'm not looking up, so my bad. But if you're co-working with me, we've got about 12 minutes left, and then like I said, we'll take a little bit of a break and then do another sprint. So that way, after that, we'll play Crescent County towards it'll probably be, wait, I'm off. Hold on. Wait a minute. No, I lied. We're not gonna do the full hour after this, my bad. Because I was gonna stream until midnight. My bad. We'll probably do one more 30-minute sprint. I'm so sorry. Wow. Timing. I will do one more 30-minute sprint and then we'll do Crescent County because I need to end at midnight to do some things before tomorrow. So, sorry about that. So I hope I'm not bookending anybody who's trying to do a full 2 hours of co-working. Does packing count as co-working? Yes, it does. So yes, you can send me the YouTube short. You can drop it in the chat. I appreciate you asking for permission. In terms of things. And yes, I'm not good at switching screens because I always mess something up, so can't share it, but in terms of showing it, but I'm happy to see it. And yes, packing counts as co-working. A lot of people, when they come on my streams, body double, so they might necessarily be at their PC or anything. Some people draw, some people play games. Some people just run around their house listening to me like I'm a podcast. So that totally counts in terms of packing. So yeah, you're fine. I actually do that too with some of my other friends' streams as well, where I'll literally just be listening to them as I'm walking around my house or just getting stuff done. And then I sometimes can't watch people. I'll just keep them on in the background as, things and do other stuff. So I'm totally open with that. I'm not offended either. I think it's great because I bodied up with my friends outside of stream too. So,
oh shoot, it's hit. The freak.
Sorry. The video that just got to the chat is so funny because it's hey, and it's just yeah, like you're saying, it's funny the way they hit hey, the little the chicken from Moana, I think it is, and he just started wailing, and the dude just starts, I'm assuming, running away because he's like, I didn't even hit you that hard. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Yeah, I heard you from downstairs. Got you. Yeah, and I also tell people my voice. I'm an ambivert, so I'm not I'm a mixture of introversion and extroversion, but I know my voice, if I'm not careful, can be very loud, so I tell people to turn me down sometimes if it is bothering. But yeah, you heard me from downstairs. Gotcha. But no, thank you for that video. That video was funny. I love stuff like that, though. My favorite TikTok video is, I call it eyeglasses or shades bunny, where it was this person who put their bunny in shades, and they're just playing this song that's bounce if she won't, ow, bounce if she won't, ow, bounce if she got. And it's just so cute. The bunny's just their owner is holding the bunny to the beat, and then it looks like they're putting on shades, and then they just start dancing again, and I just think that's the funniest thing. So that's the genre of video I like. I'm just 5. I'm just 5. Oops. Sorry, there's shenanigans going on as I'm trying to get stuff done. I'm not here for it. Oh, that shouldn't have flickered. I don't like that. What's going on? was looking at Wednesday. Yeah, it's gonna be Wednesday. It's just a scream that was funny. Yeah, no, for sure. Like my mom has that plushie. That's why I'm familiar with that scream it does. So she likes Moana, so when I heard it I was like, oh, it's that plushie. The one where if you literally lightly tap it, it does yell like that, and it's kind of funny. If you're not careful, you can jump scare somebody really easily with it. Am I missing something on my thing? I feel like I have more stuff going on next week, but maybe my calendars aren't synced up again. It's fine though. I just feel like my thing is off. Let me check over here though. Probably need to go to. I'm probably missing something in my mind's eye, because if not, I just lied and said I'm not gonna be able to stream when I'm pretty sure I can actually. I thought I had a lot more stuff going on next week, but I don't. Why did I say that then? Well, I know why I said it, because I thought I did. But either way, I'm like, what is throwing me off that my brain got the dates wrong in my mind's eye? What is it? Oh, I just might be the pressure from this one thing I'm trying to reach by next week. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just tricked myself. Yeah, I think I just tricked myself a little bit. Which is fine. It means I'll get more stuff done. Oh, that's why, because that one's on Monday. Okay. If you're wondering, this is how I deal with myself all the time. Where I'm like, oh, that's why that thing is there. Okay, so I do need to find another book then. Got it. Okay. Cool. Good to know. Also, to back up real quick on Love and Deep Space, if you're wondering who my favorites are, if anybody cares to know, it is currently Raphael, Zane, and Silas, because I don't know what it is, but a dragon, a divine emissary, and a mermaid man, that's all it takes for me. So I just, I'm here for it. I'm here for it all, apparently. Oh, then I need to relax next week. It's gonna be writing, but I need to do some writing sections. I think that's what I need to plan, is when I'm gonna do that. Okay. Didn't even hit that hard, proceeds to hit that hard. Yeah, I know. People are so funny when they said they're like, I didn't mean to do it. I'm like, you must have, because the plushie didn't like it. That's for sure. It was like, excuse you. What's going on? Like, I didn't consent to you doing that to me in 4K, and you know what? The plushie is right to say that. It can be upset if it wants to be. I'm just saying. Let's see. I just got a notification about something. Or maybe I'm tripping. Never mind. Okay. I don't know what that's about, but... And we've got about 3 minutes left of this co-working, so I'll probably put on a timer for another, like, 30-minute sprint. And then we'll call it, because then I'll switch over to Crescent County so we can go ahead and play the demo. So, again, sorry about that, but tomorrow night we'll probably do... Yeah, I'll probably do a longer sprint for 2 hours. Oh. Oh no, I need to move stream tomorrow. I lied to y'all again. Yeah, sorry y'all. I'm gonna say this now and I'll post it on socials. I need to move tomorrow night's stream, actually. I totally did that thing again. That is what's throwing me off. So I thought I didn't throw myself off, and I thought it was Monday, but it's actually tomorrow that threw me off because there's things that are clashing. That's what it was. Okay, now I get it. You need your EPs. No, it's not because I'm sleep deprived. It's because I got some updates about something today, and so if I did that thing, or if I don't write it down, are you Agile Scrum user? I will learn that soon, but I do appreciate that you picked up on that, my project management self. But no, I'm not tired. It's basically, just for context behind the scenes, is that I'm currently in the process of upskilling myself. So a lot of the co-working this year, even though I haven't done as many sessions as I would like, is learning new skills on top of the ones I learned. So for, like, not to flex, but as a behavioral scientist, I'm trained in quantitative and qualitative research. So I know, like, statistical programming and stuff. So I spent a lot of this year, because of a lot of shenanigans behind the scenes, like learning new stuff like Tableau and Power BI and things like that as well. So I'm currently in the process of taking some coding classes, and essentially for one of my classes there's assignments, and so I'm trying to reschedule myself because some of the things I can do, I'm talking to my professor in terms of, like, you know, asking some questions and spending some time with her to, like, get some help on something. So all it is to say, like, that's why I'm, like, going back and forth, because my brain is like, oh, you have all these things you need to get done. So because my brain does that by default, it pushes me to be like, this thing's gonna be in the back of your mind bothering you until you finish it, which then makes me remember that if you get through this thing tomorrow, the following week is not heavy. But because there's something that's due at the end of next week, it's making me rush and try to cut my tasks that I gotta do daily into smaller bits, which puts stress on me, but also keeps me on my toes. I don't know if that made any sense, but all it is to say, it's tomorrow that needs to be fixed. So for those of you here, apologies. I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna move tomorrow's stream to next week. Sorry. That was what I needed to fix. So I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow's stream is probably going to get moved to Wednesday, because I was going to originally, because we were figuring out the schedule for the Mario Kart Formula 8, because I almost couldn't come, but shout out to the folks, we adjusted it so I can actually come now. Because that's on Sunday now, I need to move tomorrow's stream to next week, which will probably be Wednesday. Yeah, we're gonna move tomorrow's stream to Wednesday, so that way Thursday we can do some co-working and do probably Thrones of the Watchmaker, and then I'll probably cut another stream. So probably just be maybe either Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday, Sunday. But anyway, I figured myself out. That was helpful. Sleep time. I'm crying. We love a nap, though. I am a napper. I do love me a nap. Depending on the day, though, because if I nap during certain times, that's not great. Okay, so after the break, we will switch over to 30 minutes, and then I will play Crescent County. Because actually, it'll give me a little bit of time to charge my controller just in case, because I don't want to screw that up a little bit. My charge cord is over there. I don't think I've charged my PlayStation controller in a hot minute, so I just want to make sure it doesn't die during stream. Okay, so my bad. I will post that announcement, though, about the change for next week, and apologize. Yes, scientists do need their sleep. I'm the type of person where I can function on little sleep, but I prefer not to. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I prefer not sleep. But also, neuroscience fact, like, your brain actually, so there's two types of, sorry, not two types. During sleep, your brain solidifies memories and information. So you do actually mess up your health in multiple ways by not sleeping. The one impact you have is that if you don't go through certain types of sleep, your brain doesn't process information and keep it encoded. So to be honest with you, in a very funny, not funny way, if you don't sleep, you don't help your memory, which means you might not be able to remember something or keep it in your brain for a long period of time. So it is true in a haha, not haha kind of scary way, if you think about it. Also, the science of sleep is cool as shit. I'm just saying, excuse my language, but if you ever want to learn about a really cool, interesting, fascinating neuroscience topic, look up the neuroscience of sleep and the neuroscience of your eyes. That shit is cool as hell. I'm just saying. Those are some of the coolest topics I've learned about the brain. About how your brain processes how you sleep and cognition, and how your brain processes vision and color. That is so cool. Which is why when people tell me that ChatGPT is some Jarvis, I look at you like, no. No. The computational neuroscience folks would fight some of y'all in these streets. I wouldn't. I'm just gonna look at you sideways and being like, "Are you sure that's doing what it's doing?" But I'm not gonna do my thing about artificial intelligence and the hype behind ChatGPT that shouldn't be there. I won't go down my rabbit hole again. Oh, why is my thing freaking out? Stop it. Okay, well, I was about to say, like, what's going on? No, somebody's just thinking, like, what is this? How does this help you in real life? I'm like, a lot of this stuff does. I think it just comes down to a fact. If you ask a lot of people in science why they're doing science work, a lot of it is people are very curious about how the world works, and they ask a lot of questions. That's typically why a lot of people are scientists, to be honest with you. Okay. Yay, we got points. I'm actually gonna turn on travel mode since I didn't turn it on for this time, and then I'm gonna change the playlist again. I'm sticking between these three because unfortunately for the other ones you can't play them because there is copyrighted music, but I highly encourage if you do get this co-working app to check out the music. A lot of them are really, really good songs by actual like people. So one thing I love about this app is all the music and all the art is human made. So we're gonna do the magic studies again. And then, like I said, I will do 30-minute sprint, no break. We'll do a timer. I need to make this 30 minutes. And then we're gonna travel. And then I'll get rid of the UI so y'all can watch the background if you're... I know folks are co-working too, but if you want something to watch as the music plays, you can watch the screen as well. So I put it on travel mode. As for me, I will be updating my schedule as I just ran through it on stream with you all just now so I can figure out myself because I think I'm doing too much tomorrow. And that was my problem. That was like right in front of my face. So I have to run some errands and do some stuff, so it's not going to work out for me to be able to do everything I'm saying right now. next week then it's going to be a lot of writing, so I need to figure out what works for my schedule. One thing I will be spreading propaganda about is meditation. It was a habit that I actually formed a long time ago. I stopped. I haven't been consistent because I had some stuff going on the last few days, but getting back into meditation has been really good for me personally to stay grounded and actually like be clear about some stuff. But I've learned that even if you have 5 to 10 minutes of something, like just a moment to think or write down some ideas, it's really helpful. So I'm going to spread that in terms of meditation is really good. It's not for everybody though, I understand that, but it really helps me out. That's why as much as I love technology, I'm always going to write stuff down. Because if I don't write stuff down, it's over me. Oh. Oh. Alright, let me just keep this dang thing open for the next couple of weeks on my PC. Stop turning it off. Because every time I do, I miss some things. Okay. Oh, that's Monday? Wait a minute. No, it's not. It's tomorrow. Oh, but the deadline. Okay, that's not... It's Wednesday. I don't have this written in here. Rude. Okay. Setting my own self up for failure. That's kind of funny. Not that it was intentional, but still. Okay. Okay, then the last date I have to write in my book when I find it after stream. So that's really what it is. Okay. Alright, so let me write a big... big sign of myself in here. And then... this out, and then I think it's probably going to be more writing next week. So then I can save that stuff, so July's not going to be as wild. And hi, Mac. Welcome in. I hope you're having a nice one. It's lovely to see you. And I will add you on Steam. Thank you for the message about that. I have not forgotten, so I can make sure we're all squared away from stuff. But I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see you. Right now we're doing a last 30-minute co-working before we get into Crescent County's demo. So I'm just talking out loud as I'm trying to like write stuff down for next week, since I'm not streaming tomorrow because some stuff came up and changed my schedule, but I'll be back on Sunday. So that will just miss me tomorrow, but I'll be back on Sunday for Valor Rangers and Mario Kart tourney stuff. But I'm being a responsible adult, so that's all that matters, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I like this game a lot. Especially, like, the different aspects of it. And again, I just love, like, the medieval stuff. Like, there's some playlists that I've listened to, I feel like, that are medieval coded on YouTube. But I just like stuff like this all the time, so it's a really pretty game, I agree. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate y'all's patience with me, because I know sometimes, which I'm not the best for those of you on YouTube, I am especially grateful to y'all, because I know I set up my schedule and it posts on YouTube in terms of scheduling when I'm live, but sometimes I just, either I'm late or I'm wrong. Or, as Mac saw, which thank you, Mac, for that reminder, like, I changed the dates on something, and then because it's wrong, it alerts people who follow me, and I'm just like, oh god, I'm so sorry. But I appreciate y'all being flexible in regards to this year, because I've had to cancel stream or just adjust myself when stuff comes up. But hopefully that won't be a thing forever. It's just for right now, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm thinking, I'm thinking not next Wednesday, but I'll probably be back probably going to be back like I was this week, Thursday, Friday, to be honest with you. Lol, no problem. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you sent me a message because I try to be, like I said, I haven't been able to update my schedule till August, but I try to update my YouTube, especially for folks who want to get a heads up about my schedule. I can't necessarily do it on Twitch because I don't have a consistency, even though I do stream towards the end of the week. So I can't change it on an individual basis like I can on YouTube, but if you follow me on YouTube, you'll more so get a heads up about what I'm going to do. Especially when I start going back to putting my schedules on a quarterly basis, so you'll be able to like write down when I'm going to be live. Because the only thing I'll do once I automate some things is have it to where if I have to cancel, I'll let y'all know in the community tab. And for folks over in Discord, you'll get a notice. Because usually when I go live, it'll tell you when the VOD's up and everything too if you're following on Discord already. But yeah, I said Wednesday, but sorry, I meant Thursday. I'll be back. I'll stream still on Sunday, but I'll be back Thursday, Friday of next week, probably. And Sunday. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably add a Sunday stream before Valor Rangers again. That's what I'm thinking ahead of time. So that's the y'all Final Fantasy 14 stream. Yeah. I'll work it out. Y'all just stay tuned to my YouTube as always. Oh, and then while I'm on this topic too, like I already said, I do have one more game to give away. So it might not be next week. It might be the following week. I'm thinking it might be in early July. But I am going to give away a copy of Creature Kind. I kept calling it Culture Kind for some reason on the live stream. But I will be giving away a copy of that game. I know that Mac won a copy of Ascend. And I appreciate Mac, by the way, for you checking in. So I do have codes for these games in terms of their demo. You should get the full copy if you are the person who wins. If you do not, let me know, and I will just get you a copy of the game when it launches, because I do want to commit to myself whenever I do giveaways or things like that, that you can get a full copy of the game itself, and I commit to that, because I love gaming. Like, I've given people copies of Final Fantasy 14, for example, so, for that stream, for Culture Kind, the person who gets it, which I'll talk about it when we get to that stream as well, test out the code and see if it works. If it doesn't work, let me know so we can work it out so I can make sure you get the game on Steam. So just want to put that out there as well in terms of we've got one more game, which I'll probably play, Creature Kind, maybe not next week, but the following week. And then I'm going to play Spilled. And then as we get into July, we're going to move Phoenix right into the schedule because I will finish Wonder Shop and Thrones of a Watchmaker pretty quick in the next couple of streams. I don't think those streams will be too much longer. There may be like 2 or 3 streams top, if not shorter. But once we finish those games, it'll be Unicorn Overlord and Phoenix Wright. And Spilled, of course. I do want to play that game for you all as well. And we have one more demo, too, from Wholesome Direct. Is this Seat Taken? I do still want to play the demo for you all on stream. The game looks cute. But anyway, that's just me talking out loud. I'll post this on YouTube since I'll probably schedule myself out for the next 3 weeks now. Now that I've got my head on straight during this co-working stream, I have the next 3 weeks scheduled out for streaming now. Just gotta get through July 1st. If I can get through July 1st, it'll be litty. We're not there yet, though. Don't want to speed run life, as always. There are going to be a lot more co-working streams over this summer, I can tell you that for sure. just because I have some stuff I need to get done this summer that I've been wanting to do for a minute. Co-working really helps me. So if I'm not co-working, I'm probably at my desk doing stuff and then trying to stretch and exercise so I don't like get glued to my seat, if that makes sense, and getting some sun. Because I do love my melanin and I do love heat, so. Alright, we've got about 8 to 9 minutes left, so just give folks a heads up who've been co-working with me, which, again, I appreciate you whether you're here live or using the video. I still gotta figure out timestamps, y'all. But after we get through this co-working session, I'm going to just do like a few minutes of a break to set up Crescent County. Probably go run to the restroom really quick, and then we'll go from there. Because Crescent County's demo is only 30 to 45 minutes. And I will say this for anybody who wants to play the game. The developers did say on their Kickstarter page, for those of us who backed the game, that they will probably take the game down potentially in a few months. They're not promising they will keep it up. They may decide to, but they did say they might take it down so that they can work on developing it a little bit more. So if you are want to try it out yourself after I'm due streaming, or you just want to try it out in general, I highly recommend you try within the next like couple of weeks, because they might take the game down. Just a heads up. So. And of course, when the game launches, I will play it, because I have not forgotten. For example, I do actually want to stream Dungeons of Hiltonburg. I just have not done it yet, but just as a heads up, that is one of the games I plan to stream in the future. I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm just going to play it. But it'll probably be a minute before I get to that game, though. Nope, that's not the thing I needed. There you go. You know, my brain didn't process that, that's a whole week away. Oh, we have a break because it's 4th of July weekend. Oh. That's why I love calendars. People from this stream are like, see, how do you function? I'm like, I write things down and have reminders. And Love in Deep Space has reminders in the game. Did you know that Raphael and the boys can like literally remind you of stuff in that game? Because that helps me. I don't know. Maybe it's like the thing with like, you know, having a pretty person tell you to do something, you'll do it type of vibes. But I know it's not real. But my brain's still like, oh, you know, they're there. Remind me. I need like 6 different reminders of some things sometimes. Well, not really, but it's helpful to have like multiple reminders in multiple places. You know, besides sticking a whole sticky note on your face being like, excuse me, ma'am, you had this thing you had to get done and yet you didn't do it. And I'm like, oh, my bad. You know, type vibes. But no, in all seriousness, this is why I write down, have like at least 1 or 2 reminders in different places. So it just stares at me in the face, and then I'm like, oh, well, I can't be mad at anybody but myself because I wrote it down and it was for me. So, okay. I can only throw myself under the bus. But, okay, that means I get a reprieve. Only for me to finish the thing I need to do. Only to get more things to do after I finish the thing that has the deadline in July. Cool. Cool story. Alright, so it's on me for the next week and a half to get my ish together, and then I'm home free in July. Bet. Good to know. Okay. Actually, no. I just said I'm not doing anything that day. And I'm right about that. Do not do anything that day. Also, if you're wondering about Love in Deep Space, yes, I will be buying a plushie of Raphael and Zane, and it will be on my back. People are like, but like, I don't get people who get really upset at people having a love of fandom until they get older, like until they hit like 25. Like, do people? I did think it was a thing, but people legitimately think that you're just not supposed to have fun when you're past 25 years old. I'm like, what is wrong with you? That's boring. Like, I've liked plushies since I was a child. Why would I not have a plushie in like a briefcase or my bag when I'm running around doing tech stuff? What are you talking about? I'm a nerd. It's my whole motif. But it's just so funny, like, when you talk to some people and they're like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, you can do whatever you want as an adult. You're not hurting anybody having a plushie. It's fine. Like, because I've also been watching videos of people do documentaries on, like, cosplay culture and stuff. It's so fascinating as somebody who's, like, an OG nerd. I think I can claim that now. But somebody's been going to cons for a long time. It's so fascinating how con culture has evolved. But also how some people are like, you have to do it a particular way. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, back in my day, we didn't really have plushies. All we had was, like, laminated freaking prints and, you know, the occasional button. And that was it. That's all you were getting. Also, shout out to the OGs who were at cons when, like, Katsukiya Hitman Reborn was a thing. Or, you know, when the 7th Oron group or Naruto group was running around a con in the hotel. I'm that ancient kind of vibes. Which I said as a joke because I feel like I'm not old, but I think sometimes people skew age very weirdly on the internet. Versus, I don't know, it's strange to me. But anyway. All it is to say, I will having a plushie. I don't know if I'm going to have my... Because I have Skull Pandas coming, which I'll show y'all. But I don't really know if I'll have my Skull Pandas and my Raphael and Zane plushie keychains on the outside of my bag because I don't want to lose them. So they might go in the Eat-A bag so that Raphael and Zane are, like, together. Like, being a little happy group of people with, like, my Skull Pandas. I don't know, y'all. I'll figure it out. Which, by the way, if you like Skull Pandas, we are friends. I just want to say that. I've been wanting to watch videos about how these things are made and just the culture behind it because of my love of sociology and community. So I just think it's really fascinating from that sense. And I'm learning more and more about Love in Deep Spaces community and things, which, you know, fandom has its issues always, but there's also really cool things about being in fandoms. And of course, BTS is back, so. Which apparently, for those of you in the BTS fandom, they're coming out with a new album next year in March. So, if you go to a BTS concert, go to a BTS concert. They're great. I'm just saying. I haven't been to one in a long time. But if it's safer, go. Just saying. It's great. Okay, I think that was the final charm. Chime? Yeah. Chime. Jeez. Okay, so I'm gonna put on a 5-minute timer. Because I need to go run to the restroom and then I need to go get the game set up. So I'm actually gonna leave this up, the music in the background. But what I'm gonna do is put on a timer for 5 minutes. So that way, for those of you who want to do a little bit more, like a few more things, you can. And then when I come back from going to the restroom real quick, I will get the game going. So If you are scampering because you want to go do other things after co-working, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to stay for me to watch the Crescent County demo, appreciate you. It'll probably be 30 to 45 minutes, and after that we'll end stream. So again, we're probably gonna end closer to midnight tonight. So if not a little bit later, but yeah. So let me start timer for 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep it going, but I'm gonna go to the BRB screen. You'll still hear the music though, but the timer will go off. So I will be back in like a few minutes. But I'm gonna go to the BRB screen real quick because I might need to go to the restroom anyway. So just hang tight, enjoy the music and the ambience for a little bit. Okay, I'm back. And yes, the phone does say BRB as it rings, and I'm not able to answer until I come back. I like the feature, it's very cute. Shout out to Noonie for making it a long time ago, one of my first assets, which is really, really cute. Alright, let me go to the gaming screen. Alright, I think the chime went off. Sorry, y'all. I also got mildly distracted by my cat. He was being cute in my hall because he just does that. Okay. We are going to transition now, so I hope folks enjoy that little bit of extra time to be able to do what they got to do. I'm just going to get my controller that's been charging a little bit, and then we will go right into Crescent County. So, I'm pretty sure I have to use controller with this one. Because I know Simi, which by the way, Simi's is still doing their Donothon, so I'll drop their username in the chat, but Simi is doing a 30-day Donothon as they go through some transitions in terms of things. So if you have any spare money and things, please go check them out. They stream every day in June to be able to support what they're trying to do. I just want to put that out there. And of course, one of my mods, Ginky, is currently raising monies for things, so they're really close to their goal. So if you know Ginky and you see their posts, you should go check that out as well. But Simi, the reason why I'm bringing it up is Simi was playing Crescent County. I was lurking, but they've been doing some demos too, as well as some other mutuals and friends have been playing demos since Summer Game Fest. So I wanted to play Crescent County because particularly I thought it looked really cool and interesting. So yes, you Ginky. I know you're like really close, really close to your goal. I'm gonna need you to slide the link in the chat so folks can see it because I don't have my commands, but I'm talking about you, yes? You're really close. Like on the money type vibes. But yes, if anybody has any spare cash, or want to help folks, especially because it's Juneteenth, slide into the, do it. But please support mutuals and friends in streamer space because times be wildin' out here. I'm just saying. But Simi also played this game too, I think, which is why I'm mentioning it as well. And so I wanted to play it too because I saw it and I think the concept is really sorry, that was jarring as heck. Probably sorry for anybody who heard that on stream. But yeah, I wanted to try it out because I do think I will play Crescent County. But yeah, y'all heard the preview on Steam because I'm trying to like find it. I know that was so jarring. I'm so sorry. Eardrums. I didn't mean to do y'all like that. Oh, actually, before I do that, let me actually get my controller up. Sorry, lol. Well, here trying to full speed away. I need to get my controller actually connected so I don't mess this up. I've gotten better, y'all, at like getting my Bluetooth to work on my freaking thing. I'm so proud of myself. And there's a running gag that, scientists, we have to be nerfed. What do you mean? I'm gonna say what? Nani desu ka? Oh! Sorry. My Bluetooth wasn't on. I was like, what? What's going on? Hello? I have a functioning computer. I promise. Ifrit's working. She's not going through any struggle pains. I do need to clean out some of her memory, but, she's doing great. It's fine. No, I'm not EPs, but thank you though. I appreciate the suggestion. I will be EPs eventually, but not right now. It's not recognizing the device. Sometimes it has to do this. I don't know why. And what I mean is that sometimes I have to remove my DualSense controller to my PC before it actually lets me add the device. It's probably because it's like not trying to recognize both. There we go. And then it lets me connect it again. I don't know why. Anyway. Okay. I think we're good. If not, I mean, if my controller's being too weird, we'll just do keyboard and mouse too. That's typically what a lot of my Steam games that I end up playing are keyboard and mouse related, but for this type of game, I think it is recommended to do controller, so that's why I wanted to do it. Oh, try connecting again. Okay. And you shouldn't be hearing any music except for my sound because I turned off my music to just get this working first. Okay, you're not getting any response. Uh, that is weird. You should be nice. There we go. All right, cool. Now we're set. Thank you. Whew, because I was like, what's going on? Oh yeah, the Final Fantasy 14 update. Let me know. Let's see. My latest report. I haven't advanced the story yet. In one of my mini battles to level up my clan, the rules forbid fire magic and rewarded ice. Anyway, I commanded my healer turn into a black mage. Oh yeah, Numu. I remember the character. To cast Fiera. I forgot about the rule, and the judge sent me him to prison. I had to pay 3K gil to release him, but now he has a criminal. I'm screeching. I'm screeching. Tactics was like, I'm trying to remember. I think they did do that, where like essentially like Mac is saying in the chat, where Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, there were certain things you could do in certain battles. So like there's like Mac saying in the chat, if you use fire magic, um, in the battle, you got in trouble. So as the character realized, like if you use it, you get in trouble, and you can get your characters back, but there's like penalties. So I'm sobbing and wheezing that Tactics is just doing its tactics thing, of course. So, um, okay, got it. Sorry, it's just telling me the Steam input. Okay, R2. Okay. As always, y'all, this is a demo game, so there's gonna be some scuff and stuff. But yeah. Oh, but Mac, thank you for the update. Again, it's all good if you know there hasn't been much in terms of story progress, but it sounds like you're getting the battle system and consequences. Choices have consequences in the game, so that's just how it goes. Uh, can I adjust the UI at all? Hold on. I'm trying to see if the game will let me adjust really fast. Okay. So just give me 1 second, everybody. I just gotta adjust my screen. Okay. It wouldn't let me go to the settings. All right. And Kinky, I see what you're saying in the chat. Just give me 1 second as I kind of adjust things about tactics. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, you all should be able to see the window now. The chat is, of course, sorry, the captions are at the bottom of the screen. Still, you should be able to see the game. You shouldn't hear any noise. I just adjusted the window. The only thing you missed is that it said, hey, pretty much was just like kind of a welcome screen. It was talking about how this is a demo of the game. So this is just brand spanking new. It's not like finalized or anything. I just, had to go through that little part to get to this window to do some edits. Okay. Can I restart? I'm too impatient, so I started a new file in the War of the Lions. Lol. The remaster having the turn order visible is going to be so helpful. Yeah, for sure. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had to cough for a second. But yeah, Ginky, to your point, that's completely fair. Because I know, I think they said for the Tactics remaster that there isn't any content for War of the Lions. I think it's actually the original Tactics game. So if you want to play War of the Lions, it actually would be good anyway to like if you want to play a tactics game, either playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance or War of the Lions is good because like the game itself that's coming out in later this year is not War of the Lions. It's just the original Tactics game from 1998, which is fine for me. It just means I might end up just getting War of the Lions for PSP. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm probably gonna get a PSP just to play War of the Lions. So not kidding. And yeah, having the remaster, having the turn order is going to be so helpful. Yeah. Because I think the UI updates that they're talking about in the enhanced version, including the voice acting, is going to be awesome. There's extra units too, Cloud and Ashley. Yeah. I heard that too as well in terms of cameos from other characters, which I think is really, really interesting. Watch them make them DLC units. You know what? That's fair. I wouldn't blame them though. I really wouldn't blame them. I feel like people would, even if they're not like necessarily included, or they're like downloaded later where you have to buy them or not. I think people are still gonna get them. I know I will because I'm ridiculous like that. But it's Baby Cloud. I love Tactics graphics, so I would buy it. But that's just me being a complete nerd. And then Max, sorry, I missed the other comment you made. On top of that, since he was my only healer, almost died. It was tough to win without a healer. I can imagine because Mac, to your point, and as we're saying, because Genki restarted War of the Lions, like Tactics is that type of game where they dead ass punish you for thinking that you can go in without strategizing. And so I think when you play other RPGs, you just get, I don't want to say paranoid, but I just respect that some games are nice about it versus other ones are like, nah, if you kill this character, they're not coming back type of vibes. And Tactics is one of those games where it's like, you need to be smart. And I don't mean like in a mean way. I mean that you need to plan out actually what you're going to do. Otherwise, the game is going to punish you and you're going to get somebody killed, and it's bad. By DLC, you mean paid units? Yeah. Says what to Genki's point. Tactics is going to have two versions: the traditional version and then like the regular game as it was in 1998, but like slightly remastered. I'm assuming still, and then an enhanced version has voice acting on it. And I think in the DLC too, there's going to be the two voice actors who play Cloud and Aerith respectively are going to be in the game. They think they make a cameo in the original one, and so I do think I wouldn't even be surprised if Square Enix made it to where they're not even like automatically in the game where you have to pay for them or something, or they come later type vibes as a cameo. I would be fine to do it, but again, I love Tactics graphics, so I think it's going to be cute. And Genki, to your point about the order visibility, that's going to be helpful for sure because the graphics itself wasn't horrible, but because they're so old school style, it's sometimes hard to see in game like what's going on, or not going on, but like seeing where to go and seeing where you can actually take your cursor. It's going to be helpful for Tactics, I imagine, if in the enhanced version. Anyway, this is what it said earlier, so I just restarted to show you that it's saying like, this is an early tech demo for a game, which we're currently selling on Kickstarter. Kickstarter just ended, so I don't know if they're going to offer copies of the game, assuming they are, but they did raise over 200% of the money they needed, so this game will come out eventually. This island is way too big for what we need, but we wanted to show you our world and driving mechanics. Please use a controller for now. We've only tuned controller driving. And we'd love to hear your feedback on our Discord. From our tiny team, we really hope you enjoy. Broom broom. Start demo. Okay. Oh! Use L to turn and R plus to accelerate. Okay, I just because I said menu open. Okay. Also, let me know how the music sounds in comparison to my voice. I can adjust it again as always. Oh! I should probably change the darn game. Hold on. Sorry. The sound's going in and out. I should probably change that we're doing sorry. I forgot to change the demo again. Okay. It should be switched over on Twitch now, but yeah, for YouTube it doesn't matter because I usually include the title in the game that I'm doing anyway. Okay, sorry about this. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing besides just driving. So far the controls are not bad though. It feels pretty nice. Oh, you can drift? Let's go. Bros broom. Yeah, didn't expect the broom to sound like a motorcycle. Yeah, for sure. I love the music though. It's very ambient. Like I really like the vibe. Hey Lou. Hey Lou, you made it? Nice. And your broom's still in one piece too? Nice job. I'm crying. Let's race. First one to the car park down the road wins. Alright. Hopefully my Mario Kart skills kick in a little bit. Wait, which one? Just follow my tail lights. I'll show you the way. If I'm already in front of you, I don't know if that means I'll be able to like find where you're going. Okay, this game has a feeling of actually like the wind hitting your like car or like if you're motorcycle type vibes. I don't know if that makes sense, but I love driving around some scenery like this in real life, so I really like the way this game is set up so far. I mean, I don't know if I'm really racing her because I need to go where to go. But we'll see, I guess. Also, just so y'all know, I'm romancing her, because why would I not? Black girl magic. Ooh, I should apologize for kicking your ass. Not right now anyway, because you're gonna love this. Are you serious, Bo? You didn't tell her? We were racing. Well, hello, Lou. It's nice to meet you. I'm Aster. Bo told me about that moving company, so we put together a care package. Just an air mattress, some thrifted clothes, stuff like that. Oh, and we grabbed pizza too. Are you serious? I'd kill for pizza. You're... favorite people right now? There's a nice spot up past the power plant. We could head up there to eat. Hell yeah. You want to lead the way, Lou? Wait, first I made something for you. Hope you like it. This is a sickle sticker. Sickle sticker? Speaking. You can use it to jazz up your broom. Jazz up like decorate? No. Well, yes, but stickers do a lot more than that. This one lets you phase shift. She means like dash sideways. Yes, phase shift. Just try it out. All right, get on your broom and let's go. Okay, we're racing again. Oh. Okay, I already love the music. Taking my inner like rocker band. I think if I remember correctly too, you can romance the two friends. I don't know if you can opt out if you're not into that, because you know, you gotta respect some people might not want to romance anybody in the game, but I think you can romance them. I don't know if you can be calling amorous though, but I'll look into it. We'll see. I love that I have no porn. I'm gonna that. Just, you know, just a little bit. Oh no, this is giving like Gorillaz vibes to me a little bit. No, don't come behind me. Don't do that. I like the level design so far too. I would hit something as soon as I say something about how I like the level design. And of course the one time I do something. soundtrack is fire. But I also grew up on Tony Hawk, so any game with a great soundtrack as you're doing stuff, 10 out of 10. I also need to drop like a soundtrack list. I think from the Kickstarter though, we're gonna get stickers, which I'm really excited about because y'all know me in stationery. I think that's kind of a good one. I think there's stickers of the actual character, which I do like the character art. I'm not gonna lie. This game looks really, really cool in terms of its design. Here. Oh, sorry. Thing popped up. I should probably not park. Do I get pizza at least? I'm crying. This view is amazing. And the pizza smells really good. Like, really, really good. Yeah, the food's amazing here. Turns out witches know their herbs. Huh. Yeah, that checks out. Thank you both for this. Least we could do. It's no bother, so are you here for long, Lou? Come on, take a picture of us. Select the camera app and press the left stick to take a picture. Okay. Oh. You have a little bit of G posing going on. And I know that's not a term that's, you know, I know it's only a term for Final Fantasy 14, but that's really what we're gonna call like everything. You know, I really should have thought about like actually not being facing backwards in this picture, but because it's a demo, it's fine. I'm not gonna talk about it. Oh! Okay, I'm vibing with that color. Okay, so we do contrast intensity. Oh, that is not what we need to do at all. And yeah, Mac, yeah, the music is again great. It's Simi. Hi there. Welcome into the stream. I hope you're having a nice one. Yeah, I was just talking about you because I was on the stream that you were playing this game. So I was like, ooh, more mutuals and friends playing. Yay. Yeah, it's really, really cute. But I was talking about you earlier because I was telling people, again, Simi's in the chat, y'all. So y'all should go follow Simi. They're awesome. They're also having a donathon all month, like I was saying earlier. So if you've, you know, want to do some things, you know, go follow, go support. I'm just saying. But yeah, I was talking about you earlier because you're doing a donathon. So I've been like pubbing you, not only just so people can go follow you, but also just to go support. So I know you've been streaming and working really hard, like the stream every day of the month. So how do I give you a hug? I mean, I give you hugs. I give you air hugs. You're pleased you're supposed to be. No worries. Always happy to do stuff. I'm hoping like the donathon has been going great. I've been like peeking in and lurking on your streams just to see how it's been going, and it looks like you're having a lot of fun. And I'm enjoying like lurking in, being in community. I know I'm like newer and stuff, so that's why I lurk and I don't say anything because I just be like, I just want to vibe out here. But yeah. It's going good. How have you been though? It's awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited. I know it's gonna be great. I'm really happy to hear it, and thank you for other updates. I've appreciated being on your streams lurking as well as like seeing you in other places too. Cause I've been checking out a bunch of places for different streamers and also like just going around places because I've also been co-working and stuff a lot. So but I've been doing pretty good. I know for me, I just messed up my whole edit for this photo. Whoops! No one saw that. I went in saturation and I messed it up that quickly. I'm okay though. I am motivated, like I said earlier in the stream. I did some co-working earlier, and I've been mostly okay. I do have some big goals and deadlines, but I'm excited for the transition coming up. I just need some things to actually like iron themselves out. But I think it's partly because going back to school and like doing stuff I've been wanting to do for a very long time this year, because of the changes happening in my life behind the scenes, has been very fruitful. So overall, even though it's been very wild, like it's so there's so many things I could describe about how this year has been absolutely diabolically wild. But overall, I can't complain too much. It's really awesome. So, oh, don't worry, no pressure. I love lurkers and I adore you. I appreciate you. That means a lot. I know. I appreciate your streams. They're super chill and they're a lot of fun. Because I tell people all the time, like, if there are more than like God, if there's more than like 30 to 40 people in the chat, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I usually lurk. It's not because I don't want to talk. I will talk when I feel like it, but that's my introversion coming out. But if there's more than 30 to 40 people in a stream, I typically just more so listen in and lurk a lot. I also think sometimes my brain is trying to process the line of thought, and so there's like lots of conversation going. My brain needs to process a little bit before I feel comfortable. But of course, like with your stream, Simi, as well as some other mutuals, I feel comfortable enough like to talk in your stream. I like lurk because sometimes I'll be doing stuff around the time people stream too. But your community is actually really dope, so I'm really grateful for it, honestly. Because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like I love high energy streams. But I also really like people who have really chill communities where people just talk and just chill and listen to dope music. That's kind of my vibe, to be honest. So if there's like sometimes I feel like I can get overwhelmed on streams, which is sometimes why I lurk. And I'm just like, I'm here. I get that. I lurk a lot of people's streams too. Yay! Resonance, because let me tell you. Like, I feel bad. Like, I know people know, but I feel like some people are like, I hope they don't get offended by me actually not saying anything, because I am genuinely there. Or, like, I'll even peek in sometimes. Gotta go for a few minutes. I hope you see when I'm back. If not, have fun. Thanks, Mac. No worries. Thanks for stopping by stream. If you come back before I finish, it's all good. But if not, thank you so much for coming by, as always. How do I take this photo? It's L, maybe? Oh, I did it. Nice. We're adorable. Love that. I mean, Bo, I did pick a picture where my back is facing people, so I don't know how adorable this photo is, but we tried. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? My friend Jessica has this thing. Oh my god, yeah, when a chat moves quickly, I'm so unable. Yeah, like, I'm so serious. Absolutely shameless. I can't believe you. It's for a good cause. Hey, I'll do something good. I'm kind of okay and very free. Sweet. Swing by my workshop tomorrow and I'll text you more details. Oh, we've already completed day 1. Nice. I love my lurkers. I appreciate you, Simi. I appreciate you got love for folks like myself who lurk. And yeah, like when a chat moves quickly, I could get overwhelmed because I'm trying to process. And like when there's like 100 people chatting, my brain's like, I'm here, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I don't mind chatting though. If I really want to say something, I will, of course. I have that right to, but I always try to be respectful of streamers too, because I understand on the other side, chatting with 100+ people is a lot. So I don't want to overwhelm the streamer either if I'm like saying stuff either. So sometimes I'm just fine with lurking. So, but that's why, like, to your point, I appreciate y'all who lurk on my streams too. Like, you don't ever have to say anything because I completely get it. Like, sometimes I just want to be watching a friend or mutual and just have fun and kick it. I'm not really trying to like say anything. And that's why when I see like other friends and other streams, like sometimes I won't say anything, not because I don't acknowledge my friends are in the stream with me or other streamers. It's more like I'm trying to like pay attention to the person who's streaming, and I also don't want to derail my friends who are also trying to watch. So that's why in other people's streams, for example, like if there's a bunch of my friends, I'll say like hi, but that hi typically means hi to everybody. So I don't like tag every individual person who might be a mutual or friend in the streamer space, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to be distracting to the streamer, but I also don't want to like be just like take away from them talking. Hope that makes sense. Like I'm very mindful of other people's streams communities and their environments, because I just don't want to be weird. Because I know people say people are weird in people's streams when they like are trying to take space away from the streamer, and I just think that's strange. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Because for example, like Simi, I know that we were in the same chat for Jenna Draws. That's not her VTuber name, but that's what I mean. Because I'll say hi, but I really don't like to distract the streamer. So if I see my friends, like pretty much to you and anybody who's in a chat with me, just know if you're there, I probably notice you. If I don't say hi, it's not because I'm not acknowledging your existence. I'm literally in the stream. And sometimes if you say something funny or something that is like I have to say something, I'll say like hi. But if I don't say hi to you if we're in the same stream, it is not me ignoring you. It's me trying to be respectful of the streamer and not distract from them. Because I know they're trying to like watch their stream, make sure OBS is working, chat to the people chatting in the stream. And when there's more than like 20 to 30 people, that can be a lot. So yeah, that's valid. I typically say like just hi, but that's usually just it. Yeah, and Simi, that's the same thing I do too. Because sometimes like when I'm watching people too, sometimes I go in and out. So I'll have someone stream up, but sometimes if I'm there, I'll sometimes like walk away and get something to eat or like go get something and come back. So if a mutual friend comes in, I don't notice them until they like keep talking. I'll be like, oh, they're here. Cool. I'm lurking and stuff. But then like you're saying, I'll usually sometimes say hi too. But generally speaking, like if I see a mutual friend in the space, I'll say hi and just leave it at that, like you too. So I totally resonate with that. It's just a courtesy thing. I don't know. I'm very like, I think of streamers as if you're holding like a concert or if you're in someone's house and they're hosting. So I'm really mindful of not like, not doing anything to mess up someone's community or their household. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just very like thoughtful about other people's space and energy. So I love the music, by the way, in this game. I would vibe out to this so much. I really hope they give us the soundtrack from the Kickstarter. Like, I'm a sucker for music and vibes. And so I'm not reading the dialogue because I'm like vibing out to the music. I need a minute because it's so like, I love that. But that's why I love Final Fantasy and other games that have good music and good like vibes. This game it's a good lo-fi vibes too. I appreciate you and your mindset. Thank you for being so considerate. Yeah, no problem. Like I'm a mixture of introversion and extroversion, so I don't mind going with people's vibes. I don't have to like run the show, but I also don't want to put stress on someone who is like leading as a streamer, because I know I stream for fun and hobby, but I know people have bigger audiences and stuff, which doesn't bother me, but it's one of those things if I just don't want to like mess up their vibe and I want to make sure they're having fun as a viewer and a lurker. And I've lurked longer than I've streamed, and I still only really lurk. And it usually takes me a couple of streams, because I'm a slow burn type of person, to like start talking. Because I'm also the type of person where I'm okay. Well, this is my thing, and I'm not reading the dialogue, but I'm going on my tangent rant about streaming. The one thing I've learned about being a streamer for a year or two is that I'm completely fine with being friends with people, like actually friends with folks who are streamers and mutuals, but I'm totally fine with folks like not being like besties or something with me. But I also am a big believer in that friendship takes time and it takes like energy and it takes like a two-way street. So that's why you'll never see me like either in the chat or on socials ever say like I'm not open to friendship, but I'm also not upset at anybody being honest about their intentions. Like I've been really grateful, especially because I'll talk about this more at my my anniversary stream of like I'm somebody where the door for friendship is open for mutuals and friends, but do not feel like you have to be my friend if you don't want to, or you have to say anything. Because I'm the type of person where I can talk with my friends for hours. Like I've been on the phone with like 8 hours with my best friend from high school, which y'all know her. I love her. She's been my friend for like almost 20 years now. But I'm also the type of person where I've also been where I've literally sat with my friends for 10 hours and said nothing and just read books and just been in space with them. So I'm very much I will do whatever feels comfortable for both of us. But like if you want to be friends with somebody, you'll make it work. But if not, you know, I will get to know people over time. You just have to like reach out to me and make it safe for me, and then I'll make it safe for you. But I'm very much a consensual type of like person. I hope that makes sense. Which is why like my big thing is like rejection is protection, and if someone wants to be my friend, we'll make it happen, and I'll make the space and over time. And I'm very much like that's why I have a lot of people in my life who've been in my life for a very long time. So anyway, that was a slight tangent rant, but yeah, y'all know me in terms of friendship conversations. I hope you know it's easy for folks to chat with you. You're very sweet and approachable, and I appreciate your space. Thank you, Simi. That means a lot. You're gonna make me cry, cause I feel like I've had people like this is so funny. It's so funny to me. So as a streamer, because I'm a VTuber, I look like my avatar, but I make a joke. I haven't made it in a long time where I say like I look like my avatar, and I think people don't take me seriously when I say that, but the OGs who know. So sometimes when I meet people for the first time, they literally have told me, they're like, see, I didn't think you would want to be friends with me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, you're you. And like, whatever. I'm like, babe, boo-boo. Just talk to me about skull pandas in Love and Deep Space and like anime. I promise you, it's really not that hard to be my friend. Like I might take a little bit to get back to people, but generally, if you hit me with a DM with like some music or some shit, I'll be there. Oh, but it like trips me up because then on like socials, I'll open my mouth because sometimes I get shy or I don't know what to say because I think a lot. Like that's the thing when you're a scientist, you think way too much. So sometimes like you'll see me tweet things and I'll delete it. So I'm like, I don't really like how I said that. But then like it's funny because some of my friends, they'll tell you they've adopted me and they'll be like, see, we were friends. You were the one who was just like, whatever. I'm like, well, I didn't know. Like, you have to be blunt with me. And like, I'm the type of person, you don't have to talk to me every day. But if we talk, I'll be like, hey, what's good? Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts and shit. I don't know. But I don't know. In real life and like online, it's so funny. And I'm like so honest to a fault. So I dead ass me would like look like my avatar. And then when somebody meets me, they're like, I didn't think you'd be so nice. I'm like, just because I have a headphones on and I look the way I do does not mean you can't come talk to me. But I understand some people have like literally resting bitch face. I just have like a very I'm thinking phase. So it's just finding me in my 30s now where I'm like, y'all, I'm way too goofy for you to take me that seriously where you can't hit me in a DM if we're arguing mutuals. But don't feel pressed to talk to me if you don't want to either. It's totally fine. Like, that's all. I don't know if that makes any sense. Would love to be cool friends with you, see? Okay, I see you, Simi. I see what you did. Well, that just means you're utterly beautiful. Simi, please. I thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I would love to be friends with you too. I'd love to get to know you better, Simi, and I mean that sincerely. And it's me being honest. But again, I'm very like I realize being a streamer. Oh, I immediately jump in the thing. I didn't even mean to do that. Like I'm a private person, but genuinely speaking, like I think sometimes like I see how people get afraid to be friends with people online, especially in the VTubing space, which is sad. But honestly, like there are some genuinely really cool people, and I hope people like really spend the time to get to know people. I don't know. Some of us are really not about like harming people, if that makes any sense. Like I'm too busy trying to go back to school and be a scientist, y'all. I don't have time for that. And I don't know, there's too many beautiful, amazing people who are streamers to be like that to me. I'd rather just support people who are just doing their thing, having a great time, and getting to know people. But that's why I think I became a streamer, because I really love the community of anime and fandom and conventions, like I was saying during co-working. I think that's really why I'm grateful I'm here. But I'll be more of a sap towards my 2-year anniversary in August. I'm already getting in that reflective mode, and I always do that either towards the end of the year or like towards my anniversary, and I did it anyway, and I should have warned y'all. Hope you don't mind the compliments. I think you're just really lovely and cool. No, I'm fine. I really appreciate it, actually. I really do appreciate it. I do not mind compliments at all. You're really sweet. I can throw it back at you, because I'm going to throw all the compliments at you, Simi. I'm just saying. I really appreciate you. It's been really nice to get to know you and be in your streams and stuff and everything. So, yeah, same. I don't got time for drama or negativity. There's a lot of amazing people here. Met some of my best friends. That's so awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, of course, like I said on my stream the other day, I don't want to comment on every person's situation because I don't want to listen. Simi, I am a dancer, so, you know, I'm proud of myself in the sense of that. I see you, though. I see what you did there. I love me a joke. But no, in all seriousness, y'all, I've learned how to do, I am stretching and doing, like, exercises, but I've actually learned how to actually twerk better, y'all. I'm proud of myself. I'm more agile. I know how to be more agile. Breakdancing, though, don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about that. Because I can't practice in my house, y'all. Like, I need to find, like, a studio, because I used to, and then I'll keep playing, but I'm under tangent about dance. So another thing about me, like I've talked about, is I weightlift, right? So one of the things that I've been doing behind the scenes is I found, like, online YouTubers who do pasito, I think, dance. But they do, like, R&B and, like, fitness. So I've been learning how to, like, twerk and actually move my hips and also figure out how to move other parts of my body, because I can do a lot of dances because I grew up dancing in, like, different events and stuff. And like I told you, I used to throw down at, like, anime conventions where I would go to the raves and start battling people. But now I've realized this year, along with stretching and weightlifting, as I've been doing for about 10-15 years now, I do actually want to, like dance, like, figure out how to do that. And when I find a place to do bachata and salsa, I want to do more, like, couple dancing too, like, just for fun. Because I was going to do that before 2020 happened. But anyway, I wanted to say, yes, I do dance. I appreciate you, Simi. Like, I won't lie, because if I say I can't dance as well as other people, some of the people in my chat might jump me, as my bestie jumped me in a Discord. I love you, Leslie. But I got some work to do. Like, doing, like, power moves and breakdancing is hard, but I will get better at breakdancing. So all it is to say, like, Simi, that's super awesome in terms of, like, finding really dope friends and mutuals, because that's been my experience in VTubing. Like, there's drama and stuff, and of course I don't want to comment on everybody's experience, because I don't think it's right of me to comment on people going through something really horrible. And I've been through bad friend experiences in groups and stuff to myself, as I tell y'all all the time on stream. So I don't want to be somebody who's talking about somebody when I don't know them, to be respectful of what they're going through. But I hope people genuinely, as I try to, like, emphasize, even on my streams or off streams, that there's genuinely dope people in the VTubing space or streamer space that you can meet. Don't get caught up in numbers and stuff, obviously, because I don't care about that myself. I really just go to where I vibe with people and just build community, and, like, I try to reach out for, like, fun and games and stuff on or off stream. Like, I don't really get caught up. Like, I have goals and ambitions, but I'm not really, like, when I came into VTubing, I told myself, like, I really just wanted to have fun. I didn't really want to get caught up in all the rigmarole that people get into when they're trying to be a particular way, if that makes sense. And by the way, there's nothing wrong. I know I say it a lot, but there's nothing wrong if you want to be an influencer or something like that. It's just I don't really have ambitions to, like, I don't treat people like currency. I really treat people like, if you're here following me or engaging with me, we're probably just having a conversation, or we might have some synergies and we can do something fun. Like, I'm happy to jump in Discords and have fun with people and play games. That's why I have a Final Fantasy 14 Discord now. But yeah, anyway, I really love hearing people's positive experiences, so I appreciate you sharing that, Simi. I've met some really dope people in streaming. I look forward to meeting more and getting them people too, because my spirit has not been dampered by that. Oh yeah, weightlifting, I remember that. Both physical and spiritual, because you lift my spirits. Wow! Simi coming for me. I want you to know, friend, my hands are red. I can take compliments, and doesn't mean I won't blush. Like, listen, y'all. If you're good enough about, like, compliments, even in a platonic way, I will, my hands. So my thing is, I'm black, yes. Happy Juneteenth. Juneteenth decided to be over, but my hands turn red when I'm embarrassed. Genki! No! Don't come out at the that. Why would you do us just like that, Genki? Why would you do that to my good ass? Why would you do that to me? But one of my trade secrets is that I don't like. I'm black, but like my blush, my hands are of a skin complexion where when I get embarrassed, my hands turn red. So if you do use your linguistic abilities good enough, I will actually start blushing and my hands will stay red for at least 24 hours. So Simi did get me with that one, where my hands are actually red now because I'm embarrassed. I'll take a compliment, but it doesn't mean I won't be like, oh, you're nice, thank you. Why do you think like I play Love in Deep Space? And even though I know they're not real, like some of the things they say, I'm like, oh my God, hello. Well, this is what happens when you're like a nerd and you grow up and then like you get older, you're like, oh, hello. Oh my God, my friends make fun of me all the time. They do. They're so nice about it, but I'm like, y'all, I'm embarrassing right now. Please don't talk to me. And they're like, see, it's so cute. I'm like, is it though? Like, I'm 30. What are you talking about? It's fine. I understand. I'm like, I think people don't understand, like, if I was a stereotype, I deadass am like the very, I'm very cliche. I'm very old school in that way. Like, a lot of people think that I wouldn't be, but I actually am. So, I'm also a cornball. That's why I like Raphael from Love and Deep Space. Alright, so here are your jobs. You can pick which jobs you do and which hour. You only got so many hours a day, so work smart. How to pick jobs to chain together to save an extra hour here or there. Once finished, close the word new ones. Press A to pick a job. Press X to find a route that fits all 3 jobs. Here to grow them. Y'all want me to drive? I don't think I got the instructions. Right? Maybe. Not help! I want to go to the observatory. Oh, so you're like mapping her out. It's okay. I won't notice as I'll be holding your hand, lol. Simi. Simi. I'm laughing because, like I said, it doesn't take a lot to embarrass me. It doesn't. You're so sweet. Also, I'm completely fine with this. I'm totally fine with people a platonic affection, so it does not bother me. It doesn't at all. Won't be noticed with my hand. See, what you'll notice in me as you hold my hand then is that you'll notice that like my hand is completely like on fire. So I'm sorry in advance if my hand sets your hand on fire in terms of like heat energy, type of kinetic energy physics, you know? This is how that goes in my world. Okay, I think I did this right. I liked how it's like a hexagon path where you map out your path to deliver these things. That girl will have an aneurysm before she's 30. No! Bo? Her too, but for different reasons. You better be going along, Jasper, and I have our sun meditation soon. Meditation? Oh. How do I open the map? Which button is that? Oh! Okay. Oh, that was what I did earlier. Gigi, why are you hanging to me on? Why are y'all doing this to me on a stream? What did I do? And I'm crying because I'm an Aries and I'm an Aries Venus. I'm screaming. This is so good. I appreciate you, Simi. 10 out of 10. I'd probably catch on fire anyway because of how hot you are. I'm crying. Listen. You're fine, Simi. You're totally fine. I don't mind people poking fun at me / like dropping compliments and doing stuff. I think it's funny. But I'm an Aries. Maybe that's my Aries coming out as a woman where I'm just like, listen, I see you. You got away with words. I'm not mad about it. I'm very much somebody who loves the poetic and someone who can mix up words together. I'm just saying. Oh, wow, Virgo. You know what? I'm crackling, Simi, because that's so interesting. For context, y'all, and of course, so like I've said before, I am informed about astrology, so I'm an astrology girly if it's not already obvious. And people are like, I don't believe in astrology. I'm like, that's fine. Some people don't believe in science. It's okay. I'll be okay. Hold on. I'm trying to like get the map back because I might be going the wrong way. See, I knew me. I'm directionally challenged, so that's why I'm glad we got map quests. When I was a kid, when they were like, oh, you all should like, you know. Nope. No, I was trying to get the map. I messed up. I'm trying to turn around. Okay, close map, close map. All right, there we go. Thank you. I was like, I'm lost. Help. It's so funny you mentioned that, Semi, because deadass, I was just talking about the fact. So, like I said, I've been playing Love and Deep Space, and so I know about astrology. It's okay. I kept opening the map. I was playing this. Haha. No, for real. Like I didn't know I was gonna do this, and I'm so directionally challenged that I'm getting used to the controls. So I feel like I'm gonna mess this up when I actually get this game. Because I'm getting this game. I kickstarted it, but I'm gonna mess this up when I actually get the game. But to your point, as a tangent rant. So as somebody who knows astrology, I'm an Aries, specifically sun sign Aries. So yeah, something to keep me busy. I've got to stop like going places when they're talking. Oh, have you met that cranky lady with the coffee? She knows you and Jessica. Oh yeah, the landlady at Baycourt. She's so weird. We've been trying to work out if Jasper's her son or her cat for years. And we have something for you. This is the Aster at the observatory. The road up there is busted, but the ley line should still be there. Jump started. Okay. My buddy Jessica's trying to get this app off the ground. I don't know about astrology, but happy to learn. Oh. Okay, Simi. I got you. But so I'm an Aries, specifically. I don't think people get that about me. No problem, I like the money. I gotta stop talking when they're talking. My bad. If you're splashing, fancy splashing, I've got a new shipment of broom parts for this afternoon. I thought my broom was going pretty fast enough. Oh, you have no idea what this big is below. I can get a faster broom. Don't tell me that. So I don't think many people pin them in Aries based on the astrology, but there's a reason for that. But it's funny you mentioned, the reason why I'm saying that, Simi, is it's so funny you mention that because I get along with earth sign people a lot. And I was looking up the dudes from Love and Deep Space because I was curious for their astrology, because I was curious about their voice actors, and I go into my rabbit holes. Oh, you don't have to apologize for that, Simi. You're fine. In terms of ADHD behavior, you're fine. All of my, to be honest with you, all my loved ones and all my friends and family have ADD, ADHD, or any things, and I'm just, it's fine. You don't have to apologize. Like it's totally chill. It's good to know, so I like can be respectful of you, if that makes sense. But like you're fine. But I was looking up the dudes from Love and Deep Space, and my biases are Zane, Raphael, and Silas. Y'all tell me why Raphael is a Pisces and Zane's a Virgo. And I was like, what is up with me in that? Silas is an Aries, by the way. And now that I know he's an Aries, he's totally an Aries. Like, if we're talking about astrology, that man's an Aries. Like, if there was going to be a man, like a masculine, because, you know, gender norms, like gender inclusivity here. Not to code, because, like, okay, let me put it this way. Let me retract what I'm saying. Like, y'all know me. I'm the type of person where, like, especially having taken neuroscience classes, like, gender is actually more social of a thing, because people would be acting more like everybody else if we didn't make such strict gender binaries. So the binary can suck it, in my mind. And gender and sexuality are fluid, so obviously. But it was so funny when I found out that Silas was an Aries, because I was like, if anybody was going to be an Aries in this game, it would be this man. Like, there is no way Silas is not an Aries. But when I saw that Zane and Raphael were Pisces and a Virgo, I was like, I'm so mad. All I have to say, Sammy, I appreciate Virgos a lot. My family, like most of my family members are Virgos, and I get along with Virgos a lot. Y'all are really cool. The way y'all think is very interesting. I like it. I really do. I don't know how y'all put up with me, though. Like, all my earth and water sign friends are just like, ma'am, why are you like this? And I'm like, well, somebody has to be the fire, right? Like, that's my job. Maybe. But yes, my bias is Zane. I think people were doing his sun, moon, and rising, which was so interesting because they do have birthdays in the game. And so it was funny for me that I immediately gravitated towards Zane. I did. And it probably doesn't help that I'm in Aries and he's an ice man. And then with freaking Raphael was like, you're a mermaid man and you're pretty. That's not okay. But something about it, I don't know, man. Like, I love it. So. Oh yeah, you're also really cool and interesting. Yeah, for sure. Like all my friends and mutuals and loved ones are neurodivergent, or queer, or disabled, or of multiple races or walks of life. So that's why I'm used to it to the point where, as I always joke about on stream a little too much, when I see people being a bigot or a racist, like it's so weird. Like today, for example, I did have to block some people on Blue Sky. They were randos. But I had to block some people because they were being racist towards me about some book suggestions, and I was like, oh, I forgot people were like this. So I just blocked them. I was like, no, not on Juneteenth. Hello? No. But other than that, like, I don't know, I really love my friends and mutuals a lot. So I just don't, to me, it's just normal. It's a normal part of my life. Am I going the right way? I just kind of started off. No, I'm not. Man, I really feel like I love the music and ambience in this game, but I'm just not even feeling the tracking. And this shouldn't have taken me 30 minutes to do this freaking thing. I'm way past stream. God, cutting. Anyway. Nothing wrong with being the fire, just they fired in my heart. Simi. You know what, Simi? I think I know what you are in terms of like the words that you use. I know. I appreciate it. I see what you're doing. I want you to know if my hands are red until like, it's usually 24 hours. I'm gonna give it till like Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning, and you think I'm kidding, I'm not kidding. Wait! No, today's Thursday and Friday. No, I mean Saturday morning. I know what you already might as well. If it makes you feel better, I've been told the same thing, you know? I mean not in a positive way. I appreciate people who use their words, who are really good with their words, but I'm also a writer at my core, even though I'm a scientist and a nerd. So I actually really like people who can use their words, to be honest, and give people genuine compliments. That's what I mean. I hope that makes sense. When you're talking to somebody who, one of my first crushes in high school, we didn't go out. He's super cool. He looks like, I talk about him. If I've ever met him, I would not like be mad at him. Like I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna go back to that. Yeah, I missed that flag back there. I need to go get that. One of the first guys I ever had a crush on, I actually wrote him a love letter and I gave it to him in high school. It was mean the way he turned me down and showed all his friends, but I mean high schoolers are high schoolers. But I really do mean like I love writing to like fiction and storytelling to being poetic. Like I used to write poems and stuff when I was younger and stories. So you know I'm published now as a scientist, but like I do love writing a lot at its core. So I do love people who use words, even if I get flustered a little too easily. I love writing. Yes, I appreciate you. It's a big part of who I am, even though I don't do as much like creative writing outside of like D&D and like planning for YouTube and stuff. But yeah. Oh, that's so mean to do that. Yeah, at the time it didn't feel good, of course, but you know, high schoolers can be really funny like that. And I mean, it was a guy I had a crush on for like 3 or 4 years. He didn't know who I was. So I didn't expect him to like treat me in a particular way when I gave him the letter. But when I was younger, I really just wanted to tell him, so I just wrote him a letter, put him in his locker. People found out about it though, and he made fun of me, but I mean, I don't regret doing it, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean when I say like I'm really like old school like that, even as a girl. I'm still very romantic. Which is why like my friends get surprised when I buy them gifts. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is kind of how I am by default. It goes with my fire Venus. What are we playing? We are currently playing Crescent County. It's a demo game. It's a game that's currently kickstarted. The Kickstarter just finished, but I'm playing the demo of the game. So I've just been talking because it's only 30 minutes of this game. But yeah, I used to write letters and poems to my friends and exes, so I get it. Really? Gotcha. I appreciate you. We are kindred spirits because I do that all the time. I write people sappy notes. You can ask if anybody's in the chat, like, you know, some of the mutuals and friends. I write people notes where I make them cry, and I don't mean to make them cry. I just am very honest. So, because I can talk. I don't think I have issues with public speaking and stuff, but I think I'm sometimes better in explaining myself in words. Which is why I like streaming and gaming is sometimes really helpful for me, because it helps me process sometimes the things I can't get out of my head sometimes. So, yeah. So, yeah. But it's cool that you wrote letters to like friends and of course exes, because, you know, we all are in relationships at one point or another. So, kudos to you in terms of expressing your feeling through the art of word. Oh my god, let me make people cry. I mean, I love professing the endless amount of love and gratitude I have for them. Simi, I appreciate you, because that's me. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I do like making people emotional in the sense of, like, I do genuinely want to know people that know I genuinely love and care about them. But I end up doing it in a way where I really write sappy letters to where they tell me often that I've made them cry, or they'll tell me that a letter I wrote to them years ago, they kept all these years, and they so appreciate me for that. And I was like, oh, really? Cool, I guess. So, but I'm a real believer of that, especially like I talk about my late mentor who passed away in 2020. Like, I remember I wrote her a letter I remember she kept in her office, and I remember the last emails we exchanged before she passed away. So I really do believe in that. When you say something to somebody, it can make a difference, and even if they're not here anymore, knowing that you shared the words that you did while they were here is really, really good. So I think it's a really important practice. That's why I try to like plan my gifts within the tariffs, then girl the tariffs, which messed up my plans. For those of you who know, who did Secret Santa with me this past year, you're gonna get a note, a really long note for Christmas. Be prepared. Be prepared. So. Anyway, I'm just a sap. That's pretty much the long-winded version of me saying I'm just a sap. And if anybody doesn't know that about me, they don't know me, I don't think, very well. I'm very much, I cry at games. I cry watching The Lion King. Hello? So. I think the thing about it, though, is people need to be straightforward with me. I'm very much a shonen protagonist anime character about it, where I'm very dense. Platonically or otherwise, I'm very slow. And not in like a ableist way of saying slow, but I don't I am an overthinker, so it helps me if people just tell me what's actually happening, because sometimes I'm just a dingbat. So I hope that makes sense. I don't want to imply ableism in terms of like me being kind of slow on the punch in terms of processing something. Okay, I love being here and learning more about you. I gotta lurk, but I hope you enjoy the rest of the demo. Thanks, Simi. No worries. I appreciated it chatting. Thanks for coming by, and I hope you enjoy your lurk. Felt with being dense. Thank you. That's why, Simi, we're gonna. I appreciate you. We will definitely talk. Actually, Simi, while you're lurking, for research reasons, do you respond to DMs on Discord or on Twitter? I need to know before. But if you don't tell me because you're lurking, don't worry about it. I'll ask you when you come out of lurk or next time when you come by. But thank you for lurking. And I appreciate you resonating on me on being dense as a dingback person. Yes, please. Feel free to add me on Discord. My username is same. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. And please enjoy your lurk so I don't keep you from doing what you gotta do as you lurk. I need to ask for consent in terms of messaging people. I don't want to assume, and I know some people prefer Discord or Twitter or both, etc., so it's all good. Thank you for letting me know. That is good for research reasons, as say hi. Since the altar, when I get sacrificed, my organs get thrown out the mouth. Oh, what? Huh? Nothing so glamorous, although it meant Jessica get more funding. I wasn't prepared for the organ joke. I'm traumatized, y'all, from playing Walker. What do you want from me? She'd buy you a drink first. Thanks for this. The broom shop handles fragile deliveries. I'm doing some research here for my PhD in a lens I'm using as well. Let's go, Aster, fellow PhDs! Let's go, fellow doctorates, as we torture ourselves earning another degree. Oh! So you're intimidating smart then? Only relates to mushrooms and photosynthesis. I love Aster's character. She is me. I love nature. Of course I had to chat with you more. Have fun. Thank you. Again, please enjoy the lyric. Appreciate you. I can indulge in Milos. And by the way, I think that's a study of mushrooms. Oh, you're right. I've got a job next just called sheep. We love a descriptive task brief. You can always glide down from here. I prefer to take it the road. Give it a shot if you're brave enough. I love her. She's me. I feel like I'm like a nature witch. But I also call myself a jewelry witch. Because I love jewelry and stuff too. As y'all know, as I talk about. I'll probably stream for like 10 or 20 more minutes. If I can't get to the demo, we'll just do the next co-working stream. Because I don't want to rush you the game. I'm getting really distracted because the music's actually really fire as hell, so that's my bad, y'all. I will say, like I've talked about before, like I've gotten better about not being as dense and just asking questions. I don't assume, which is probably where my denseness comes from. Because sometimes I'm just like, I don't really know. Am I saying the right things? Am I doing the right things? And you know, I don't make assumptions about people. I just ask questions. Which is why I tell people all the time, like, if you want to talk to me, just ask me questions and I'll answer. Now, there's some things, of course, I have the right not to answer if I don't feel comfortable, but I'm generally the type of person where, like, if you don't ask, I don't think to say it sometimes because I'm just not thinking to say it, I guess. I'm back. Yay, you're still here. Yeah, welcome back, Mac. I hope, you know, I hope you got what you were trying to do done. I'm currently still playing the demo, trying to figure out the deliveries that I'm currently doing as I'm yammering about different things. You don't have to push forward on the left stick. Oh. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I think that's what she means by floating. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this game a lot. I'll enjoy this game a lot. If you're wondering what it is, like, well, I still kind of want a motorcycle. I don't think I'm gonna actually get one. In theory, I would love one, but I don't think I should, just because of the horror stories I've heard. But I do love driving, like just being on the open road with like beach or mountains and stuff. Like I do love that a lot. And I like being out in nature as much as I love technology and science. Which is why I'm very like solar punkish on that. But this game is really hitting it for me. And a lot of the games that came out this year actually hated that vibe too. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Shoot. Turn around, Z. Turn around. Driving. That is not okay. Sorry. Oh, and another thing too for co-working is that I will show y'all, which I forgot to do, is my language books. Because another thing I'm gonna do too this year is actually, for the last 6 months of the year, finally get back into learning Chinese and Spanish, and actually get the Korean books I've been looking at, so I can actually get my like language up. Because I really, especially with everything going on in the world, I really just want to be able to talk to people in languages that they're comfortable in instead of just being so English dominant. Not that I don't speak in the languages that I do, as I've seen you attempt to do on stream and sometimes in other conversations, but I really think with everything going on, it's really pushing me to kind of do a lot of stuff I've been putting off for so long. And I gotta thank my mentor for that too, just kicking my butt telling me, hey, see, get it together. I'm like, thank you so much. But I'll show you all my books maybe next week for the co-working streams. If I can't do it this week. We just gotta do tomorrow's stream about some of those books that I use for especially Chinese and Spanish that have been really helpful for me. Particularly my Chinese books from the classes I took in college. And I gotta actually, now that I think about it, I'll look up some of my old projects. Maybe I have some of the old writing I did in Chinese too. We did a whole presentation for a project in class in Chinese. I need to find it so I can use it so I can practice again. Thinking about it makes me excited too. Like I really just want to get back into doing some of the stuff I haven't been able to do for a while. And there's a lot of stuff going wrong in the science world, which I don't talk about as often as stream, which I really appreciate y'all for being patient with me with everything happening this year, but like it's been liberating kind of being on the other side of just change a little bit, where you're kind of just ready for some new pastures and some new opportunities. So I think that's kind of where I'm at in life right now, and taking my time. Like this game has the feel that my life has right now. It's very much like an open road, and I don't know where I'm going, and I'm a little scared about some of the things I'm gonna try to do, but it's okay. It'll work out. Thank God you're here. The sheep are all over the place. Oh no, my sheepdog isn't so well and they don't listen to me. Can you use your broom to spook them back into their pen or something? I can try. Okay. Ha! I can honk at them? Y'all should not have given me this as an option. That's funny. Why is it giving me like it's not Iggy's Wrecking Ball. There's a really weird game on the N64 is just riding me over right now. Where's the pen though? Hold on. Sorry, the game's telling me stop. I know the jump, right, Mac? Oh, okay, it's over there. Alright, let me actually go back over here to get some of the sheeps. Get over there. Come on, you. Exactly. This will always be easier than hurting 30 like, kids who are 3. I'm kidding. I'm just being joking about the fact that like when you teach 3-year-olds, it changes you. As a former like preschool teacher for half a second in college. Animals are interesting. Kids, they're kids. But I told you that neuroscience guy earlier, where like kids got a bunch of neurons going on in their head, like firing all at the same time. So of course they're gonna be all over the place. Got a lot of stuff going on as they grow a little bit, you know? The sheep, they're in the pen. I don't think they like being hurt very much, but they're in. Hey, now I appreciate it. I'll tell Jerry about this. He's had problems with his goats. Getting out, getting into the bins. Fighting with neighborhood dogs. Goat things. I'll keep that in mind. Probably should get going to my next job. Where are you headed? The job said Rava's house? Oh, well, she's not far if you use the shortcut. Turn off just before the red tree down the road. Follow the flowers and you'll be golden. Red tree? Flowers? Thank you. Alright, map. Okay, now I'm gonna keep saying it all stream. I really want them to come on the soundtrack in this game. I have the soundtrack for Southwood Midnight, for example, when you buy the special edition. So. I like game OSTs. And I would like to walk around life with this music. It's really calming for me. I don't know when this game is coming out, though, now that I think about it. It's probably going to be a minute. Because most of the games I've kickstarted usually take about a year or 2 to come out. So I'm assuming we won't get this till like 2027. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But it could come out earlier, so. Sorry, I'll keep like pausing to see the map. I can go this way. I'm gonna follow the road for a while. I said what I said earlier mainly because, especially as Juneteenth is over now, but I think the thing that I've been really thinking on a lot lately is community and what that really means for me as I kind of reshuffle things for myself individually. And I am a big believer that once you figure out what you want to do in life and you self-actualize, you have an obligation to figure out how you want to contribute to your community. So I think it's making me kind of rethink some of those things too, of what types of roles I want to play going forward and what that looks like. And like I said, when you get in your 30s, they really do mean that you kind of get a little bit more grounded in yourself. And I feel like I'm really a lot more confident in being a bit more clear on some stuff that I was pretty clear on in my 20s, but I'm even more clear on in my 30s. So I like the maturity of aging, even though it's a gift and it's not guaranteed, but I really am grateful for the opportunities to age, because you kind of can plant the seeds for yourself at any age. But I see how some of the decisions I've made in my 20s are reflected back to me in my 30s. So my 40, which some of the things I want to do, like be like a professional makeup artist along with the scientist type of vibes, like I think it's going to be good. So I'm excited for it, even with some of the challenges that comes with aging, like your parents getting older and things just changing in ways that you weren't prepared for. Makes you excited about having purpose in life. So, but y'all know me, I'm a big believer that you forge your purpose and meaning, and it can change. I haven't seen you around here before. Are you new? Yeah, I got in on Tuesday. I'm Lou. Well, it's lovely to meet you, Lou. I'm Rava. This is an odd request, but I'm wondering if you can help. If you fancied it, could you throw this parcel into a pond? A pond? Oh, actually drive through the creek behind the house. That'll get soggy. Did it soggy? I mean, will the person getting the package mind? He's got his hands dirty already. I doubt he took care too much. Find a damn way to the lighthouse. What does that mean? Oh, okay. What do you mean I'm driving through the lighthouse? What? Oh, okay. Got it. Let me see. Make it closer. Closer on this? Yes, again. How much closer, though? I know I have glasses, but I need to be able to see. Okay. If I go straight and to the left, I think when we get there, we'll probably call it, because I'll finish this up next stream. I think I can do that anyway. I went way over. As I sometimes do, y'all. When I got to talking, sometimes I just go down my tangent rants, as y'all know. But I appreciate y'all being here on stream. So. And I'll be back on Sunday. I gotta remind myself to actually set up water, because I'll be yelling as I get murdered in Mario Kart. Because Skip and everybody is so good at Mario Kart, like 8. And I'm just here for the fun. But I know I'm gonna end up dead ass at last. Because we're doing a lot of ice levels too, which those of you come by, like the ice levels are the worst in Mario Kart 8. But I have to get some water, because when I play Valorant, because when I play as Nambra, like I have to yell a lot, so I have to like prepare my vocal cords to yell and scream as she does. So I gotta make sure I just keep like a protein shake and water next to me. She's so much fun to play though, and I do want to get commissioned art of her in her Power Ranger one. I'm working on that too over the next year as like things get a little bit more settled. But I do want to get art of all my D&D characters. Which, by the way, I have a special art surprise for y'all coming in July, August. So look out for that. It's going to be great. I'm still cooking on my YRP concept from Final Fantasy X. I didn't lie to y'all. I just said it was going to take a minute. And I haven't done like a behind the scenes stream update in a minute. So just know that I'm still cooking behind the scenes on those things. To be an official streamer, not a baby streamer. You know? Plus, I have to do like another 3-year plan. Because people who have been here for a while, y'all know I've been like planning streaming stuff in years. So as I get closer to being in year 3 past August, I gotta figure out the next 2 to 3 years. But that's what I mean when I like plan out hobbies. I plan them out for the long term because I don't have any show. That's what I mean by my lace bobbing too, in terms of learning how to become a lace maker professionally, taking the course for it. Though I think I already missed the lace-a-thon that was earlier in June. I gotta look into that though, because I do want to show y'all some lace bobbing. So I might actually do that. Maybe next week and the following week, maybe. I think that would be a good stream to do. We haven't done some lace bobbing in a minute. I gotta do some more practice with just the basic stitches again. It's been a minute. So you're the one Rava ravaged, rankled? Not ravaged, I'm crying. My brain. I feel like my brain does that thing where it says words that are so inappropriate. I'm not trying to be a doofus, but then my brain does it by accident, and then my friends are like, excuse me? It's going down. I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. Yes, it rained. I don't think it did. But Rava is just being unnecessarily protective of a friend, I suppose. There's no need to throw my copy of Kid A in the mud because the thing didn't work. It really did rain, pouring it down. Well, I could take the merino to the dry cleaners. I'll see what it can do. Hopefully my next delivery will be a little less temptation. Bo sent you a message? Check your phone's message screen. That's the map. Oh, messages. Cute jerk from town. Well, you can romance Bo, so I guess that makes sense. It's given, what is that reminding me of? Didn't somebody make from a media? I forget what it was. They were like, oh, I'm thinking of a BL. I'm thinking of, shoot. It's on my shelf. It's on my shelf. It's on my shelf. What is it? What is the title? Somatic error. It's giving somatic error when one of the characters asked the other to give him a emoji next to his name, and he gave him like a hot pan or something, and the guy got mad saying, why did you give me the pan for an emoji? Why not a heart? And he's like, well, whenever we're together it gets steamy. And then he's like, oh, okay. That's what it's giving a little bit. I don't know why I thought of that. Cute jerk from town, though. That's not an endearing name. Maybe they could fix that. But I think you can romance again Bo and Aster, so I think that's funny. It's like the Otome game elements type of vibe. And I do think putting emojis by somebody you're dating, that's super cute. But again, I'm a cornball. Anyway, we have the broom parts come by the shop, and if you're at the lighthouse, you can take the Bayside overpass for the free. The toll booth operators are understaffed today. I'm sorry, who is this? How did you get my number? I don't know who Lou is. Sorry. There's somebody blocked? Oh. Well, I do know the premise of the story is like she's moving into town, I guess, to get away from some things. We don't know what though. So, okay. Not the broom. I'm crying. We love a pun. Thank you for your service, Mac. Thank you for the pun. Hold on. Yeah, probably what I'll do is I'll get to the wrench, the shop, and see if I can stop it there. If it does it to where we have to start over, I'll just try to maybe get to this part again, because I don't like to make y'all rewatch content or like story, as I did when I died multiple times in 14 the other day, and then we'll call it for stream, because I have to do some stuff. No, wrong thing. Why am I going further away? No, you can't do that. See, you're gonna get lost. Oh, I need to keep going straight. You right? Maybe. Then we'll go this way. Maybe. You know, I could have just went the path I went, and that was a choice. Don't look at me. This is why I tell everybody, especially for my friends and mutuals, y'all know who you are in 14. Don't ask me to drive. Don't ask me to direct us anywhere we're getting lost. If you need me to fight something, I will, but you know, don't ask me to like drive anywhere. It's not a good look. Okay. Sorry, I keep looking at this map because I think I'm just gonna go straight up. I think that's the best way to do this for this shop. Yeah, because this is a little far away. I'll just follow the road for a while. My bad, homies. I didn't mean to scare y'all. Y'all are just out here chilling and I almost hit you with my broom. Oh yeah, and I will show off my new nails next week. Because like I told y'all a few weeks ago, I usually do my nails every few weeks and then I take a break for a while to let my actual cuticles not be blasted by the stuff I'm doing to them. Because it's the same thing with makeup where I don't wear makeup every day because I don't like to hurt myself. Well, it's not like, how I put this. Like, I like to be polished and groomed and I will dress to the nines to be, you know, my fabulous self. But I'm also not the type of person where I think I have to be dressed to the nines every day. That's too much effort and too much energy. I do like looking cute in my house though. But either way, I'll show off my new nails. They're fairy themed this time. I was not kidding about that. Like if I'm gonna be preparing to school stuff, I need to actually, like, I just want fairy nails right now. In the fantasy world. Well, not in the fantasy world, like I don't want to live my life, but it's more so I just want to, you know, up my style a little bit and kind of really, like I'm at the point where I think what people say is you can find personal style. So I have my personal style down, but now I'm at the point where I'm trying to get little details and intricacies to have those little motifs. And as Paz, shout out to you, called it, I have a very ethereal punk style. So, for example, I have like tragus, cuffs. Lord, I don't know why I was looking for that word for a minute in my mouth and my mind's eye. But I was telling some friends and mutuals in the group chat, I cannot get any more piercings because I don't have enough loose tissue. So most people know people who get like lobe piercings, which are the piercings on the bottom of your ears. Like I've always wanted like piercings up and down on my helix all the way down to my lobes. So I have 4 lobe piercings on each ear, but I don't have any on my upper part of my ear because my ears are too small. So whenever you see my like model shots or stuff I post on, I'm not gonna post anywhere ever on X, and I will post sometimes on Blue Sky. Like y'all get a selfie a year kind of vibe type of thing. But I'm gonna post more on Care when I do more of my photo shoots again because I'm getting back in the rhythm for that. Especially because I'm thinking about what I'm gonna cosplay for Halloween. But oh my gosh, I don't know if that was a sheep or a cow, but my bad, homie. I didn't mean to mess up your jive like that. I am going further away from my destination. Oh my gosh. You know, we should turn back around. But what I mean by, I didn't mean to scare you too bad, but I need to go back. My personal style I figured out, in that I've always wanted like multiple piercings in my ear, but I can't do it. So what I've done is cuffs. So now I'm at the point where I have the tragus cuffs and the helix cuffs, and I'm trying to mix and match different colors to get kind of different aesthetics because I do want a particular look. And I didn't realize the type of earrings I liked are called huggies because they're super tiny, because I have tiny ears and I'm petite. So having big old jewelry makes no sense on my little body. But I've nailed it down to where I'm looking for certain colors or certain color schemes, if that makes sense, because I usually mix and match different types of jewelry colors. So for example, some people can wear like silver and gold. I do a mix and match of both. And I have my Targus cuffs that are pretty much the piercings on the inside of your ear, like the parts of that. And I have their twin star themed colors, which is like pink and blue. And then I usually have pink or gold accessories in my ears, and my rings are usually like fairy themed stuff with my nails. So I've nailed it down, bad pun intended, of what I want to achieve in terms of my looks. In particular aesthetics and styles and stuff, which is really nice because that's why I'm not buying 50,000 things anymore in terms of clothing. Not that I ever did, but I've gotten a lot better about knowing what works for me and what I'm gonna like versus being like, no. Granted, you always want to explore, so you can always change as you age and grow in terms of what things you're into. But I'm very much into a sporty tech wear, and then it's ethereal fairy vibes or cozy. Those are my 3 like forms. This is how it goes. Okay, I think I'm finally getting closer instead of being completely off the wall, not great with directions. Like I was going all around the world, girls all around the world. For real. If you know what that song is by Lloyd, you get a discount to Blockbuster if they exist. I love that song. It's just like all around the world, girls, all around the world. Oh my gosh. I kind of go listen to that actually. I'm gonna put that back on the playlist. I've been listening to in that genre of music. Listening to Flow, Meg Thee Stallion, and I've been bumping Janet Jackson a lot this summer. I'm really excited about. And I gotta get my Mariah Carey back on, so I'm gonna have a Black Girl Summer as always. It's gonna be fun. I gotta make a specific playlist for it. But saying that song, like that particular Lloyd song, I gotta add that on the playlist too. Okay, we're getting closer. This world is super big. I really like that though. I like really expansive environments. And now I have the Lloyd song stuck in my head. That was completely my fault. It's okay though. I haven't had a jukebox vibe in a minute. What I mean by that is when I go out with friends, I usually like guess the song. And it's funny because most of the places I've been going to have been mainly playing like K-pop music and stuff. But like other places when I go to the mall or something, walking around with friends, I usually am able to pick out the song pretty easily. I don't listen to the radio that much though. I just have a pretty good. I do pay attention to pop culture and stuff to a degree, so I sometimes know what is happening. I feel like I'm not though because I'm not on TikTok. So okay, I actually can keep going straight. We finally made it. Yay! I'm not completely directionally challenged for the most part. I think you can customize your broom, which I'm gonna be so excited about that. Why would I not want to customize this stuff? Okay, me being directionally challenged means the distance a little bit further ahead versus me trying to like speed run it like am I here? No, you're not. See, give it like 3 more minutes. We were trying to get back to the shop. Okay. Oh, I should probably be in the spot. Oh, I was just talking about the customization, and now we're here. Off-road speed. We're gonna go Sonic speed. I'm gonna do top speed. Sweet. That's going to feel so much better to drive. I mean, I'm worried my broom is going to launch itself into a tree when I sit on it, but I will be very brave about it. Ha! Thankfully, the island ambulance runs on patrol. Ley line outages aren't good in emergencies. Okay, I gotta ask about these ley lines. You didn't think brooms just floated for no reason, did you? I'm not gonna answer that question. Folks built roads over the ley lines because that's how everyone got around in the olden times. They make you go fast, but they've gotten real temperamental. Wasn't great when my broom power conked out after I impaled my thigh on a bristle threader. Shout out to Miles and the patrol ambulance. This is a lot for one day. Your intro to more has been intense, huh? I prefer this to be sad preferred this to being sad on my cousin's couch sofa. Sorry about your thigh, by the way. Excuse me, violently prevailed. Now go shoo. Drive around and try out your new setup. It's way better to be sat on the broom. The wind blasted tears clean off. Jessica sent you a lot of messages. Check your phone's message screen. Hey, this is Jessica. Bo gave me your number. Hope that's okay. I wanted to say thank you and introduce myself in person. I'm down by the lake just past town. I put a location on your map. Please don't report to me to the GDPR. See you soon. Okay. We're going to stop it here, and I'll continue during the next stream. Hopefully, it lets me start out from here. But, yeah. Okay. Because I am way over, and I do need to do some things before I stay up too late today, as I always tell y'all that I do sometimes because I get too into a game. Let me don't abuse it. Let me round this out for stream. This game needs road bandits. It does, Mac, and I feel like they might add that feature because I would love to hit people with a broom, but I'm chaotic like that. That's why I like buzzing people in Mario Kart, and I love go-kart racing in real life because I'm that menace who I will spin out on people and crash into them because I'm a terrorist a little bit that way. And I mean in the sense of like not in the serious because I don't want to be like I don't like. You get what I'm trying to say in the sense of I'd be a little menace about it. Is what I really mean to say about driving. But um, Crescent County is fun. I like the feeling of driving. I like that when games have it to where you feel the motion in the controller, and I do like in my PlayStation controller that I'm driving around. It really does feel like I'm actually driving. I mean, as much as you can with a controller. So I do really like where the game's going. I do like the motifs, and I look forward to it being kickstarted in sense of the game development. Because I streamed this a little bit later, the Kickstarter has officially ended, so you can't back it anymore. But I'm assuming they're going to probably make it to where people could buy the game in the future. But I highly encourage you all to check out the demo. I'll finish the demo next time we do co-working to show y'all the rest of the game because it's only 30 to 40 minutes of content of like story. But I don't know, it might be a contender for me to play because I really like the freedom feeling I get from it. I like when games let you fly and drive and have fun and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I love the music. The characters are really interesting. I do know Lou, like I said, from the context I know from the story I've heard so far, is that Lou moves into town because they want a change of scenery for some reason. You can romance Bo and Aster, and you can customize your broom. So I'm here for romances. Love is love, no matter how and what form it comes through. It's Pride Month, y'all. Hello? Like, don't be weird. But like, yeah, I love romance in all its forms. So it's cool that you can romance people and like get to know the characters in terms of what they are and who they are as people. I really like character driven stories, so I'm really enjoying this one. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. I know I was yammering and we got some co-working done. Thank you all for being here. I will not stream tomorrow. I lied. I'm sorry. Y'all heard me during co-working. I screwed myself into the scheduling stuff because I have to do some stuff, but I'll be around. I will be back on Sunday. I won't be streaming my perspective for the Mario Kart tournament again, so I will share my socials and in the Discord for those who are in there, or anybody who follows me on social media. I will be in the Formula 8 Mario Kart tourney with Skip and everybody else. It'll start at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, and then I will be scampering to Toku Tabletop with Ginky, Zeno, Paz, and Akane to do Valor Rangers. I will be playing as Henshin a Go baby, let's go Nambra, and yelling into the mic and peeking as Dai hurts my feelings as the DM. I love all the players and my friends. They're great. They just emotional pain. So if you're into that, come by. But no worries, there are VODs for everything too. Or at least I can try to find VODs. I do know for Valor Rangers, there are VODs usually that last for a week. So if you can't come live, you can always watch the VODs. Because for the Common Rider D&D campaign that I'm not a part of, but you should also check out, that one has a VOD. And I know ours has a VOD too in terms of things on Sundays. But other than that, I will be back next week. Like I said, apologies, I'm not going to stream on Wednesday. It'll probably be Thursday. Probably Thursday, Friday. We'll probably do Crescent County maybe next week, actually, on Thursday, and then Final Fantasy 14. And then the following week, we'll probably do Creature Kind. Creature Kind, Wonderstop, and Spilled, because I want to finish some games up so we can play Phoenix Wright and Unicorn Overlord in July. So, yeah. So look out for those updates. I'm going to update my YouTube soon. I'm gonna get the ball rolling this weekend as I reach these deadlines and just do my little petite hamster thing where I get all the stuff done as y'all heard me do in real time during the day, and get ready for my 2nd year anniversary in August, because I have plans and things to share with you all, and hopefully I'll have my commands and my bot fixed by then. But anyway, we got to figure out who we're gonna raid. So with that in mind, let me see who is available right now, who is streaming. I think I'm going to raid Daifuku, actually. They're not the same Dai I've been talking about. But Dai, I think, is still streaming. I think they're streaming. They're a mutual of mine on socials. They're super cool. They do Gunpla. They use all pronouns. And they do, like, fighting games, JRPGs, and Gunpla. They're currently playing Hades 2. So I think we're going to go ahead and raid Dai. Which usually I raid and run, so I lurk, as I said earlier. And yeah, but anyway, I will not be back until next Thursday, but I'll be around. I'll be on other people's channels, hyping them up and telling them they're great. So you should go follow them. But as a reminder, Skip Celsius, I'll drop in the chat. I think Skip might be streaming that perspective, but I'll double check and post on socials. I'll post whoever's streaming like I did last time. But Skip is who is hosting the Mario Kart tourney, so you can go follow them if you would like. They're super cool. One of my OG friends, mutuals in the streamer space. Super awesome guy. And then for Toku Tabletop, it's posted on my Twitch page, but if you need the channel, that is which you can look up. Everybody's socials are linked on there, including mine, but either way, that's where you can watch me on Sunday if you would like to stop by. If not, I will see you on Thursday for Crescent County more co-working and Final Fantasy next week, probably, in regards to things, because I'm not going to be able to stream earlier this week because I need to get some stuff done, and then we'll probably hit it really hard to hit some deadlines, and then the following week, for July, I'm gonna act up because I'll be playing Objection and Overruled finally, because I cannot believe I'm playing Phoenix Wright on my Switch because it's Ace Attorney. I should have known better because my friend actually like plays. She loves Ace Attorney. She's a doctor, but I gotta hit her up and let her know I'm streaming that game if she wants to come by and watch. But she's super cool. So one of my old roommates that I went to college with, they play. But okay. I'm going to drop in the chat who we're going to raid into. So it's Daifuku381 is the username for those of you on YouTube. On Twitch, I'm going to go ahead and drop the usual raid message. Okay. That's the raid message you can use if you're going to ride the raid over to Dai's channel, who's, again, they are playing, well, they use all pronouns. So, they use all pronouns. They're playing Hades 2. Sorry, I was trying to think in my mind's eye what game they were playing. I'm staring right at it. My brain blanked out, which I do want to play Hades and Hades 2, by the way. I'm starting to play both those games. But they're playing right now. I think they've been going for 2 hours, so they should be going. They usually go later into the night hours, if I remember correctly. So, all is to say, please respect other streamers' rules and communities. Please, be kind and be thoughtful to folks that, in terms of their communities. Be respectful of them. They use all pronouns, and they're going to be playing a game. So, please enjoy the stream. If you decide to stay and lurk and stuff like that, too. If you don't, I appreciate you. But again, thank you so much to Aspen, all the new follows. I also want to give a shout out to Blue. I see you and everybody who followed while I was away. Because y'all be slick doing stuff when I'm not streaming. But thanks for all the follows and shout outs while I was away, by the way, too. The Blue, and thank you again for the raid, Aspen, and all the new follows. And folks, I hope you enjoy your stay and my shenanigans. Again, I will be back next week. I'm going to post my schedule on YouTube. So if you want to spoil what I'll be up to over the next couple of weeks/months, I'll go ahead and post that soon. I know I said that weeks ago I would, but I actually mean that now because I have a better idea what the hell I'm doing in my life. Like, I have it in my mind's eye, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to put that on my schedule and edit it. But y'all just saw what I did. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start the raid. Yes, Mac, everybody who came through, everybody who hung out, whether you were watching me morning, afternoon, or evening, whether you were lurking, whether you were watching the VOD, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. Stay safe, stay well. Don't lick doorknobs. Wear a mask. Just as a science fact, there is no such thing as June flu. So razor blade flu is not a thing. You might want to test for COVID. So I'm just letting you know, be safe out here. Wear a mask. Don't do that to yourself. You can be sexy and wear N95. I'm just saying, I do it all the time. I wear a mask with a mask change, and I do a little flex a little bit with my tech wear. It's great. But in all seriousness, stay safe, stay warm. Hang out with your friends, but be safe about it. That's all I'm saying. There's no such thing as June flu, though. I would know. I've studied way too much about epidemiology and disease patterns for me not to be able to tell you that at the tender age of almost 33 next year. Okay, I'm just saying. Just being honest. Just saying. Okay, enough of my rant. I'll stop being a big sister about it for now. But okay, let me get the raid message going. I'm getting better at tech, y'all. Mods, I'm going to reach out to you as I keep fixing shit. Thank you for your patience as I make y'all not explain half the stuff I'm doing wrong because I'm really clumsy. Anyway, there's the raid message. Y'all stay safe somewhere. Be careful out here. Look out for your community. Stay safe. Do your thing. And I'll see you sometime soon. So I'll be around. And happy Juneteenth for my black people out there. I love you. We're great. It's Liddy. go twerk a little bit, go work a little bit, do your thing, have fun, do it big, do it great. All right. All right, I'll stop being a goober. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.